Hello, hello. Hi, Greenskin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome to the insanity of the madhouse. As you guys are looking at a blank screen, sorry about that. I was just prepping. We are prepped. We are ready. We should be seeing stuff come. No, we're perfect. We are seeing a cat. Meow. There we go. We're good.
We'll soon be seeing a cat.
You shall be soon seeing a kitty cat. A meow meow. Meow meow meow. And then I'm going to drink some more Pepsi.
Actually, if we haven't been canned, done in proper this time, you never know.
No, we're good. And as long as there's not a thunderstorm, I should be fine.
All right, here we are. There's our link. And I believe in House Hippo.
Yes, if you want great shirts, please look into House Hippo. And if you want to check out our Patreon, that would be a great thing too. And we need those subbies, boys. We're so close, boys. We're so close. Give us the subbies. We need the subbies. We need the subbies. Okay, anyway. Enough of being cutesy.
I was about to smack you. I was like, please stop. Please cease.
So we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna talk about a combat wheelchair. We're going to talk about the Punisher movies. We've got a full review for all three movies. Alrighty.
Yeah, and one of our buddies is in trouble.
Yeah. And we got awesome pictures of a cat. Wow. There's after her trip out and her going ballistic. Here's her going nuts on the bag. It's like my bag, my bag. She started bunny kicking it. Bunny kicking it. It was kind of funny, cute.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And she turned to look at me, and I flashed her. And then she bit the bag and bunny kicked it some more.
With a camera, chat, just in case you're curious, he flashed with the camera, not the other one.
Ew. Not in front of the cat.
Just have to make sure. You never know what freaks are out there. You always got to make sure.
College students, when they leave at 4 a.m. from the bar. No. No, I do not do that. Oh, okay. There's my child band.
Oh, you see, the hell are you going on about?
I'm joking.
Anyway. Okay, mine was just a one-time bit. Shit.
All right, we got some stuff to watch today. Couple little gamies here, and nothing too big. The big thing that I saw that was pretty badass was what's coming up is that pinball. That pinball's pretty sweet, and I don't know why this screen is acting weird today. We are I had full screen for the longest time, and for some reason, my computer decided, you know what, you don't deserve full screen anymore. So I'm sorry about that.
No full screen allowed, sir. Sorry, can't do it. Pay your McAfee subscription. We'll think about it.
So Walking Dead, Streets of Survival. Hit play, Bob, now.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta be willing to throw the first punch.
Yes, it's a Walking Dead beat 'em stuff.
But anger makes you stupid.
Beat 'em up.
Stupid gets you killed.
My first question is, who wanted this?
Well,
isn't The Walking Dead supposed to be like a drama and all slow and melodramatic and shit?
It's best way to put it.
Because I can understand the what's his name versus the world. I can understand that one. I get that one. I forget his name.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, that one I completely understand for beating him up. Absolutely.
Well, to me, it's more along the lines of this is just kind of silly, and I don't know what the logic is with half of these silly things. It's like this one is just somebody like this doesn't even look that good. That's the thing. This looks actually kind of shit. Like I don't even know.
I'm about to say I'm in no judgment of the game. I think Walking Dead is a series of shit.
I'm 50-50. I think there was moments in The Walking Dead that were really good, and there were like it actually was a decent show up to a certain point.
Yeah,
And they
sure.
and they have tried to make a survival horror game like they've tried Project Zomboid and stuff like that. They've tried a couple survival horror games. There was one interesting one. There was a Walking Dead walking simulator, like Pokemon.
I've seen a lot of those zombie games on the App Store.
I'm not against that. That's actually a neat idea. Can I be honest? If that was like steps per step maneuvers and stuff, and you had to get to certain locations and to unlock something you had to take so many steps, that could be an interesting thing. And every day you load up and cycle up your steps like you're finding money and shit from a cash register or something like that. There's some interesting ideas. Fighting different zombies, joining people to get into areas where there's high resources or high rewards in a survival horror scenario. There's a decent idea. Even the fighting somebody.
The last thing we need is another scenario where you have a mass crowd of people in random areas, including areas they're not supposed to be. We all remember, like, don't get me wrong. I know Pokemon Go did a great job for a lot of people. It actually got them out of the fucking house. I know that's fucking rare. That's hard to do for gamers.
That is super, super rare. And it's kind of a thing, so.
But with every great thing, there's always the downside, Every action is starting to realize every action you take is pretty much a monkey's paw. It's just how drastic it is.
Oh yeah, that's life in a nutshell. All right, so Stern's Pinball. This is badass shit, man. You got to have the touch though. You got to have the power. Let's hit play.
Welcome to the team.
Fucking A.
Nobody
want
surpasses
this.
Megatron. Glad to see you've joined the fight. Do you dare face me?
You fucking shoot the pinball. I love it.
Decepticons,
Yeah.
prepare for battle. Obliterate.
I love it. Oh, this is so fucking cool.
We have one more chance.
You got lucky.
You got the touch. You got the. Oh, we got to stop. I got to stop because I don't want to get.
DMCA.
We got the touch. We got the copyright claim.
Yeah, I'm about to say we almost got touched by a copyright claim and demonetization. That would have been bad.
I know.
Very bad.
How to. That looks so good.
Stay away, YouTube Coon. Bad touch.
I know. Stay away, you coon. YouTube coon.
It's bad touch.
For some reason,
I don't want that power.
Yeah. You know what? I almost said YouTube Kuto. I was gonna Mr. Herbert. We see you played a music song for 5 seconds. Oh,
Chris.
nice white ass next to. Yeah. Go for it, Bob. Go for it.
What am I going for?
Say the joke. You got a joke? Come on.
I was just like the Herbert voice. Hi, Chris. I noticed you had some DMCA on that YouTube video. Well, big YouTube doesn't like that. They want me to handle that. All right, Chris?
Fucking Jesus.
Now, if you step into my office, Mr. That's a basement. It's my office. Now get in there, you fat lot of shit.
We're not making any jokes about YouTube doing things.
It's a Mr. Herbert bit. Understand, it's just a Mr. Herbert bit. How many times do we have, Family Guy funny moments? It's all over YouTube, all right? How many reaction channels have it? Come on now.
Yeah.
Use your brain.
Yep. All right.
Can you believe we're in an era where we actually have to specify what a joke is?
Can we go back to the day where we don't? By the way, we were looking at game trailers and IGN. Please support the channels, look up other stuff, and make sure to have very, very, very interesting things to kind of do with that. And they're good for what they do.
Now, Chief, is it just me, or is our local Glowy probably going to try and pick one of those up?
I don't know. I'm still trying to get rid of a copyright claim on one of our previous videos because of 3 seconds of fucking 3 seconds of a morning video, and I'm like, fuck, I need those views so you can.
No, I'm talking about our local Glowy. Wink, nudge.
I don't know what you're talking. Oh, the Transformer. No, he's not gonna do the pinball. No way.
No, okay.
no, you know what? If that was a Sonic pinball, maybe.
Maybe.
That I could.
Maybe he start rolling out the Benjamins.
Yeah. That was a full Sonic thing. It was based off OG Sonic. Maybe. It would have to be under a certain number of price. He'd probably get it for 25% less from that price. And it would have to be high. It would have to be like a fucking top quality because that fucker does not worth it for breaks.
And then it'd be the only reason you ever stop at his place.
Oh, I stopped at his place to watch him shovel his driveway secretly, and then I sit there.
That's why I was about to add that bit on. Is like besides sitting in the plastic lawn chair.
Yep. Alrighty, let's hit play. Boom.
Slay
Blade. So somebody had an idea.
Okay. I'm surprised DS didn't actually do this before.
Yeah. Same.
Imagine if you used Beyblade to mow your lawn.
Wish you could.
Yeah, you probably could, but it'd probably be one of the most dangerous things out there.
You know what? I'd have to fight to get Steam.
I do like that parody of the DS menu, though. That's class.
That is class. All right, so let me put the cat back up. Meow. There we go. Cat's back. And we got Bing. Who's binging me at this hour?
Oh, you ain't the only one who's getting binged.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Anything? Let's have a look at Slay Blade.
In the meantime, I will pull up the specs for the specified article you requested.
Well, we still have... Okay, let's see the free demo. Maybe we'll play this live. What's the specs on this? Oh, it's not that big. You know what? What the fuck? Let's play this today. Yeah, sure. All right, so we'll play some Slay Blade today. So first off on our goddamn, stop the Warhammer stuff.
Wrong orcs.
Yeah, I know. Talking that wrong.
I say you're the one who beat me over the head trying to get me to remember what I actually am.
I know. Those educational camps don't work too well sometimes. So we have ourselves. Oh God, that sounded awful.
The orc conversion camp.
Yeah.
Change what fantasy genre you belong to. Just $5.
It's $5. speaking about $5, someone still needs an adult. In this anime, even the adults need an adult.
Yeah, I'll say. Holy shit.
Okay. Alterer of the Witch Hat. I keep wanting to say Witch Hat Alter. You know, kind of.
Witch Hat, Atelier.
Yep. So, what's your thoughts on this episode of this? I can tell you my thoughts. Hey, Bob. Bob. Cliffhanger. Okay, go ahead, Bob.
It wasn't even a good one. It was a really bad one. Like, a really fucking bad cliffhanger. To the point that I was actively, like, I could feel the steam rising from me as I'm sitting on my couch.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, that's the end of season 1. You're not gonna get that. You gotta wait till next year for season 2.
Well, as Steve Harvey famously said, how you feeling, Bob? Kill! I'm mad. I'm because okay, fine. Cliffhanger of the episode before was like at least they are moving on to like the next thing in the plot, and then it cuts off there. Fine. This one, they're still in the same fucking plot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got all these wishy-washy fucking stories about side character number 4. I don't give a fuck if you can't hold your hand still. Yeah, take some Adderall. You'll be fine.
Okay. I'm going to say that about this. There's some...
I was getting mad at that because I was like, there's not enough time in this episode.
Yeah.
No, they're wasting my time. They are padding! Padding!
Here's my thing about that character. I will say this right now. I took an energy drink too. I should be like fucking smacked.
You gotta take a moment for the caffeine to kick your ass. Takes a moment sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, so
do that or switch it in your mouth.
No, I took a big drink of it. They're like
no, that's what I'm saying. Like switch it in your mouth, get it between your gums, goes right into the bloodstream.
Yeah. So anyway. You can tell Bob's a little bit of a caffeine addict. So there's a lot of good emotional highs in this scene, in the scenes with these characters, and I do like the emotional scenes with the characters. I do like the intelligence with the characters. I do like the thoughts with the characters. I enjoy that, and even with the teacher's concern, even her with her concern and her looking at him, there's a general energy for her to have a general concern for everyone. That, like when she's looking at the little boy, you can tell she's actually scared for the little boy. She actually has a general. So there's an energy, an emotion, a trust, and the characters have like. That's what I find about this series. The series gets super, super wholesome in a way that you normally wouldn't see. Like grown adults don't act this way nowadays. Little kids, you know.
Yeah, I will say this.
Yeah.
Even though I was fuming and I may or may not skipped over this one kid's plot line a little bit, it's really just like the bit where he's like, "Oh, I can't hold my hands still," and anytime I feel somebody looking at me, it's like, "Okay, next." It's like, "Okay, I get it. General anxiety. Fine, whatever."
It's not general
the level of patience that what's her name had. I was like, "Okay, she is a lot more patient than I am." Yeah. I would have said, "All right, you're out."
Okay,
but then again, Bob growing up, you growing up, I agree with what you said earlier. What adult has this level of give a fuck?
No,
I've never seen it growing up.
You got to have that level of give a fuck because I babysat and I've been a godfather to people's kids.
No, Chief. What I'm saying is adults in your life as you were growing up. Like let's assume we're both at that kid's age.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes. His master is
a dude.
A fucking douche, absolute douchebag. But my old man would train me, but it was like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't, and then we're moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And you don't think about it. You don't put the emotion in it. It just is what it is. And I understand why he taught me that way. I get it. Because at the end of the day, this is something you're going to need to know. It's fair. He wants to make sure it's down pat in the only way he knows how.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying my old man's a wizard. He's the complete opposite of a wizard.
Yeah. Taskmaster would be more an appropriate response, to be honest, Bob.
Yeah. If he did not have a moral compass or an inch of love, he'd be a slave driver.
Yep.
That level of cruelty, I was like, yeah, I could see him as like a slave driver in the Conan universe if, he had no moral compass and no inkling of love whatsoever.
Yep. And that's the thing with this. I do like the characters in here, and I think the characters are done like that again, you have to have that patience with children, at least on some level, or they're gonna fail non-fucking stop. If you can't take a subtle hint, this is why I think my friend's thing with teaching, he said, the worst thing about teaching is you know damn well that there's going to be kids in your class, because you have fucking 30 students in some places, that you are not going to be able to put the time in to look after all those kids. And they're going to go home, play video games, and that's the end of the day. They're not going to have a parent that actually sits down and gets that energy. That's the truth. That's the actual truth.
That is truth. That's why I was like, preach. Fucking preach.
Like, this is why, like I said, my friend felt like he was running his fucking gears when he was a teacher. He hated it. And being a
what
god.
I have noticed, real quick, what I have noticed with teaching, and I'm not saying I was a teacher, but I've been in classes where there's less students. I remember in advanced English, there were like maybe, because it's also the end of the day, so we're the small class at the end of the day. It was only like maybe 6 or 10 individuals in that classroom, students. And it was so much better, so much more hands-on. And it's like, I know there's a lot of people in the school technically.
Yeah.
But I think this is the better way of teaching because it's more personable. And I actively like picked up on things. That's where I actually like dug into history. I was more interested in the works.
Yeah.
And I was more receptive in the class because, I'm not a small voice in a mass crowd. I'm a medium-sized voice in a small crowd.
Well, like I said, that's why that when apprenticeship's done right, like, at least we don't have them any. We need to bring that shit back. Like, I've been saying it for years. We need to fucking get rid of the universities and bring back pure fucking apprenticeships. And like maybe use universities as a fifth as like a major academics, not a minor academics. Like I shouldn't have to go to Walmart to get fucking some sort of degree at this point, because like a lot of them are like, oh, so what university did you go to? I didn't go to one. Why would I?
And they instantly give you that look. That it's not always obvious, but their eyes just kind of glaze over, like it turns to glass. They just have that thing in their eye. And it's like, they don't have to make a facial emotion. They could say, okay, like everything's normal, but that eye looks like a fucking mannequin's eye. The moment they realize, oh, you're not one of the 1%.
Yeah, you're not one of us. That like I said, apprenticeships work far better. I think we should get rid of what we have now for universities. Because universities are fucking absolutely useless. I fucking hate them.
Oh yeah. And it's maybe a bit bold of me to say, but the nuclear family works wonders if we can get back to that norm.
Yeah, but
as in, like, one person is able to work and fulfill a household. That way, because I'll be honest with you, homeschooling, it's kind of the way to go. Some people I know, both out of my family and in my family, they are well enough, or they work at home, that sometimes they do homeschooling. Like, they can still go to school, but they give the extra attention to their kids because they have the time to.
So back to the school thing, and like the teacher. This teacher is trying, like this witch is actually putting the effort in and showing the kids how to use the magic in different ways. And then the Fire Nation attacks. And I'll leave it there with that. But it's just that silliness, and that's the thing about that.
Of all the people who get snatched up, I was genuinely surprised.
I actually think that's clever. Why not? Why, okay, you take the little kids. If you look at their society, taking the little kids isn't going to fucking, bring people's energy. An actual witch might cause some problems.
Yeah, especially if she's of a decent ranking and is known. I mean, It seems everybody Keyfree knows is under the crosshairs at this point.
But here's the thing about that. We all know what it is. It's to force them to bring, to get the, because other witches will go in there to fucking save her. And they'll leave, where are they going to leave the little kids? All by themselves. And there you go. You got your victim. Because getting Coco is, I believe, the main purpose.
This is, if the people are smart, I know the eye's busy, but is there a signal to where you can call in the Knights Morales? Like, let's say Keyfree, I know you may not have the best relationship with them, but it's like, why wouldn't a witch have something to, like, ring, 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 hey, Inquisition, we got an issue here.
Hat. The hat. Remember how she threw the hat, and all of a sudden the hat just went like a missile?
Yeah.
Probably that's what it is.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my thing. That is me hoping the next episode will actually fucking have something. Sorry, yeah. I'm one of those people where it's like, I get wholesome moments. I understand that. But do not yank my chain. Do not do that. Do not give me another episode and start and end in the same fucking place. You only walked a few feet! Fuck!
Yeah. And do not, and you're going to enjoy your next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
If I at least get
for that, motherfucker, don't even.
I know. If I at least get to peer into the Brumhat world again, okay, fine. Give me a fucking, like, scene change that isn't a fucking classroom or some wizard office.
Motherfucker, you weren't there for the day that they did that. Goku's next time on Dragon Ball Z is Goku's like,
you killed
my friend! You killed my friend! And then fucking 4 months later.
Yeah, it was 4 months, not 4 years.
4 months later.
I know I wasn't there. I get it. I get it. I'm not as superior as you. I understand.
About that. The next episode they show is a filler episode. Recapping everything that happened up to that point. So not only did you have to wait for the fucking next episode, they did a fucking offhand filler episode. I remember that clearly, that there was this moment where they did a quick recap because people were like, "What the fuck?" and people were pissed. Holy
Chief, this is where I shut you up because you already made your point. I understand. Stop. I get it. I'm not one of you. I'm just a normie in a normie world.
Yes, unfortunately. Speaking about unfortunately, we're about
this is why I'm in such a weird opposition to normies. It's fucking bizarre being in this position. I'm like the middleman between normie and geek. I'm just there on the line.
So we are about to look at very normal. We're about to rip the normies a new asshole with favorite little fucking movie. And we're going to talk about the better movies. We're going to do the verse battle. I'm going to take a quick pee, and then we will get to the verse battle. I'll be right back.
Power word piss!
Shut up.
Yeah. I don't know, but can I get my words straight, please? Thank you. Yeah, it's one of the strange things with me. Is I loved Magus Bride. I know it had a lot of talking, a lot of yapping, and a bunch of different things. Granted, that's when the series was all out. This has been the first time, Bobby Boy here has ever waited on a series. Actually sat by week for a new episode. And I see why some anime fans get absolutely fanatical. It's the only people more fanatical than this are FIFA fans. Man. But yeah, I get what the episode's going for, but you can congeal it down or something. It's just
You know what?
Ma-
This is what I've been saying for years. This is why I'll keep saying it. I on many occasions I will just discontinue Crunchyroll for an entire fucking month, like for an entire year.
Dude,
And
I'll
won't
be honest with you. I wouldn't have watched that episode if you weren't going to talk about it. I would have waited.
Yeah, I know a lot of motherfuckers that do. Wait, dude, we just wait. Like I will disconnect it for months and then I'll come back to it later. Like I've done that. I've done that before. Or I'll wait till the entire series out in its entirety and watch that entire season. But
For
this
for the anime gods out there, if there was any anime saint I could pray upon, can we get a continuation of No Guns Life, please?
yeah, I don't know
Please.
if anything's going on with that. I think it's.
I don't care who I gotta pray to. I'll pray to him. I'll make an offering. You want a goat? A healthy one?
Anything's possible. We're getting a continuation of Tanya the Evil, which is fucking shocking. So
Oh, that dog water?
that's a good show. Okay, so
no, not compared to No Guns Life.
we're looking at a verse battle here. OG Punisher from the 80s. Dolph
Yep.
Lundgren. The Tom Jane and John Plastic Face Travolta.
Yeah,
And
let's just call that one the Travolta one because that's the only character I can remember. That's how bad it is.
The Travolta one. So we are going to rip the normies a new butthole. A favorite little fun of the channel.
You and your favorite mannequin villain.
We love.
Normies.
Yeah, we love tearing normies a new thing. What the hell? Someone keeps sending me.
Don't bother the chief.
That's big news, but
if your neighbors weren't such dickheads, I'd say put like an on-air sign outside, but it'd probably be missing the next day.
Yeah.
Don't worry. My buddy, when we used to be roommates in an apartment, he had a little wind chime on the door. It was like a Marine Corps wind chime. It's UMSC and a little wind chime. And then one day, it's just fucking gone.
Yeah, they'll take it, and you'll never see it again. So we're going to first start with the Punisher from the 80s. Let us zoom in. What? Okay, the 80s Punisher, Dolph Lundgren. Okay, so I had to kind of extreme close up. What? Oh, come on, man. How often do I get to make a Wayne's World joke? Wayne's World. So
Party time.
So, what's your thoughts on the Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
That's the 80s one?
Yeah.
For a starting point, it's actually really good.
Okay,
I'd say for the first, I guess you'd say Punisher film, it's solid. I don't know if there was another one before it.
Okay, so I have a thing about the Punisher. At one time, I said this, even though I keep getting the same whine and complaint every fucking time for this movie. It's a standard action movie. Oh, he doesn't wear the skull, so it's not Punisher because he's not wearing the skull. I'm like, fuckers, this? You ever read a Punisher book? Like, yeah, sure, he likes to wear the skull. That's cool and everything. But it's still a good movie. And if you understand the Punisher's like Paul Kersey. The Punisher's like many other people, like that type of action hero. He's like he is a fucking Punisher. He goes around killing people with a gun. It's too action-packed. It's like, well, that's the point.
They assume, movies in the 80s weren't action-packed? So I guess Rambo and Terminator doesn't exist. I guess The Predator wasn't a movie either.
At one time, this movie, this was my Punisher for the longest time. And I said up to that point, when I saw this movie back in the day, when I saw the other movies later, I said that until Batman, until the '89 Batman, until I'd seen that movie, this was, in my personal opinion, the number one comic book movie of all time.
Now, are these
I
normies comic book fans, or are they just normies?
They're normies, so they don't understand comic books. So my at one time there were three great comic book movies of all time. The Holy Trinity. This movie, '89 Batman, the Ninja Turtles. Those were the greatest comic book movies of all time. Honorable mention Ghostbusters, even Ghostbusters technically didn't have a comic, it was still fucking really good. And it had that comic book energy vibe. That was my feeling. Superman was okay, but like it had interesting limitations. Certain things didn't feel right with the character. It worked. This was the best one on that one. The action was good. The acting was okay. The story was intriguing. The character was kind of dark and awesome, but it was like he was realistic, but he wasn't realistic. He was kind of stupid for being stupid, like grenade launcher and a heavy machine gun. Fun character. Your thoughts?
Okay. I know you kind of went on a tangent. I thought you were going to talk about the normies, and then we're going to talk about the movie.
No, I'm just talking about the movie. I've been the entire time.
So I will say that casino scene. Anybody who has epilepsy, skip past that scene. That is like the only downside of that scene. Is yes, that was an M60 with a grenade launcher attachment.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was like a genuine craft of the time, but they kept repeating some of the same, I guess you'd say, bits of film.
To elongate it, he just kept shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So it's like the same little 2-second of him shooting to the side, and they reused it like 5 times, and they kept flashing back to roughly the same gambling machines being shot at. That was my only complaint that I think I had whenever I finished watching it was, I understand you're trying to, what is it? Show the intensity, show the action. Don't reuse the same footage 7 fucking times. I counted it. It's like 5 to 7 times. And there are also moments where, I don't know if I'm getting my Punishers confused, but no, this was also the one where they would show the same footage of the guys getting shot at, but it would turn into like CCTV footage out of nowhere. Like it would have that film grain on it, and I don't know why they did that, but they did it. More power to them, I guess. All around, this did feel like Punisher. He's away from people who could be harmed. He does his job. He has his informants. I never thought I would ever need an M60 with a grenade launcher, but I kind of want one, I ain't gonna lie. That's a lot of 7.62 now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, he unloaded like you wouldn't fucking believe. Okay, so overall, the story, will break down the story.
Oh, another point of laughing, real quick.
Okay.
Since it's the 80s, the kung fu stuff was in. So, the swords and everything that can cut through time and space. Those fucking spike balls really threw me off. I was like, what the fuck is that? What the hell is that?
Throwing balls. Spike throwing balls. Probably this.
I'm gonna throw your balls.
I don't know how to respond to that. That doesn't sound weird.
Hey man, just remember, David and Goliath. There's a reason David used a sling.
Yep. Yeah. So overall, it's an interesting storyline if you break it down. So here's the storyline: the Punisher's doing his business, and then the Italian mafia has been weakened so much that the Yakuza show up to take over their territory, because why not? You know, these yanks are fucking falling apart. The Punisher's destroying them, and
the Yakuza are so advanced they have a 50-man kendo class going on.
Yeah, which means they're probably there for a while. As if the idea was that they were going to control the drugs and they were going to do what they need to do. The problem is, unfortunately, they went a little too far and decided to steal the mobsters' kids. Punisher's got no problem with gangbangers killing gangbangers. No problems with that at all. You're fucking with someone's kid. Don't fuck with someone's kid. And it pisses eventually the Punisher gets involved due to the help of one of his many as we like to call them, assets, because that's basically what they are. They're legitimately he has quite a few over the years.
I love the way he leads that guy back as like a little RC truck with some booze on the back end. Yep. I thought that was funny.
That is such a Punisher thing to do. Especially, like, there's quite a few scenes in here that are very Punisher-esque. Like, one of my favorite scenes is the scene where he got tortured. At the end, he's just like, presses the button, and he's like, and just throws the fucking thing and keeps walking. That is such a Punisher thing to do. I'm not even going to waste my time watching you die. Like, you aren't important enough to watch die. That is the Punisher's mentality.
Yeah. And I was actually happy they did that. I was like, yep. Yeah, that feels right.
So,
you know, when you have those moments where it's like, yep, that's on brand with the character. That character would do that.
So, in the end, because the Punisher got involved with the situation with the mobsters, he ended up becoming an asset with the mobsters. And they fight to save one guy's kid. The problem is, in the end, everyone kind of does what they all do in these type of movies. There's like betrayal, fighting. A weird gymnast chick gets her ass blown away, and
that gymnast chick, that fight went on for too long.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's like Frank Castle would not waste his time with that. Snap, 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 breakneck, done.
Yeah.
But they had to have their kung fu movie montage kind of moment. I know, but it's like, knowing Frank Castle, he would snap her like a fucking twig.
Yeah, and that was the thing about this thing. It was unfortunate with the fight with that. It was actually fun characters. It was fun in development, and they ended up like in the end, the fights were good. It had moments where the scenes kind of drug on. I totally agree with you. And there was moments where just like, get to it.
Yeah, next. Come on, I'm here to see the Punisher. I'm not here to see a fucking sob story. But at least they did have like the characterization moments, and I'm like, okay, I get it. You know, the man kind of has a bad relationship with the bottle and still thinks about his past. Okay, I know what that's like. Fair.
Yeah. So
at least it's not as bad as the Normie movie. We'll get to that after this.
Yeah. So that's the thing. There are some great moments in this movie that are actually quite good. It's shot pretty well. The music's actually quite solid. I actually like the music in this. I think
I'm one of those few people that don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was saying it's like I'm usually one of those people that don't notice it. Until you ask me, I won't think about it.
Yeah, but it's solid, right? Like, it's actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like,
my brain was more on, like, the filmography and the choreography. It's usually where my brain goes. Like, lighting shots, all that.
Yeah. And I think overall solid. Oh, excuse me. Got hiccups.
For the 80s? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's like, you could tell it's a product of its time. But for a flagship, for a comic book character, yeah. Solid.
It works. And this was the point. It was supposed to be the Paul Kersey. I know some people think he's Dolph Lundgren's too wooden, but for a guy like Frank Castle, that kind of works. So,
yeah, I'm gonna say it's Frank Castle. It's not Batman who cries every 5 fucking seconds.
That's modern Batman. That's not like OG Batman.
As far as I can tell, they're the same damn thing.
All right. So next, what are you rating this bad boy? Before we start moving to
For the 80s, because it's the flagship and it's like the original, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 for the 80s.
I'm going to give it a 9. It's still one of my favorites. still one of my favorite movies of all time. It's still one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Or
Yeah.
18
If it was a 9 or 10, it would have been my favorite. But it was like, no. The only reason I don't give it a 6 or a 7 is because it is the flagship. So you got to give respect where it's due.
Yep. All right. Next is the Travolta. What?
It's kind of funny because it's like the characters completely swap roles. People complained that the 80s Punisher was too wooden. Well, Mr. Travolta is too fucking plastic. My God.
And this is clear. Travolta was just for a paycheck. And that's my problem with this movie. This movie was so plastic and so over the top. Like, there's so
Travolta
much...
Punisher is 2004.
Yeah.
For anybody who's curious.
Yeah. Travolta's Punisher is so wooden in some ways. Like you understand, this guy had his entire family murdered. Not just like one person. Like, they went there and they fucking killed everybody. Over the death of like he was an FBI guy, and he
that wouldn't be Frank Castle. Frank Castle's not a Fed.
No, he's not. He's an FBI deep cover agent, and their response to him being an FBI deep cover agent is the Punisher gets this guy's kid killed, and they're pissed off. They're pissed off at this guy got them killed.
Yeah, it was a sting up that went a bit hostile because, whoop-de-doo, man pulls gun.
Yeah. And someone gets killed. The problem is, because of that, now you got this John Travolta motherfucker and his actually very attractive wife. I don't know who that was, but it's fucking hot.
Evil. That's what she is. Pure evil.
Yeah. So they go to it. They go to this thing. So the basic challenge.
So here's the thing: at the kid's funeral, the mob kid's funeral, the guy hands over the information, and it's like, okay, boss, this is, what we have. And then the fucking wife of the mobster, this evil woman, is like, his family's over X, Y, and Z. His entire family. I don't know why I'm getting a Russian accent, but she's evil, so why not?
Yeah.
It's like you got I'm starting to meld the two as like the Russian mob, but there was no Russian mob in this Terminator. Holy fuck. Where am I?
Yeah.
Either way, yes, she suggests go for the entire family. I'm like, you evil bitch.
Yeah.
You crude evil woman.
Yeah.
And of course, she doesn't have to worry about it because it's like, oh, my husband, he's the boss. He'll get his boys to handle it. Yeah, you don't gotta get your fucking hands dirty. At least I have some respect for the Yakuza woman in the 80s movie because she gets her hands dirty.
Yeah. She literally had a mob boss on the fucking ground because she had this little boy, and she's gonna keep the boy for her own. Like this bitch was fucking psycho. She's gonna sell children to sex trade. Jesus.
The 80s movie was hardcore when you look outside of the filmography and what the plans were. But here's the thing. She was there. She was doing it. She's not like some little, I don't know, fucking arm trophy like the 2004 movie. Sorry, that woman. Deepest pit of hell for you. Fuck. Yeah. That made me mad.
And here's the thing. She, in the end, it's just kind of like Travolta just acting. Like I said, he's so fucking wooden in this movie. Like, there's clearly...
Wood plastic. I say plastic, man. That's a mannequin, because at least wood can be carved. Plastic is molded.
Yeah, this guy was like, Jesus fuck. And we're watching this, and I remember watching this with Bob, and I could hear that he was starting to fall asleep. I could hear that you were getting bored. The funny thing is, the amusing thing is, we were both watching it, and the first thing that came, we were watching shots here, and there are some really good shots in this movie. Cinema shot at this movie really well in some. There are some scenes in this that are so well shot. You're like, oh, that's fucking cool.
And
Right?
the oddly convenient, I ignore death penalty that some entities in this movie, I'm not even going to say characters, entities.
Yeah. And that's the thing about this. There are that's some great shots, and there's some really good fucking things. And the thing about the Punisher is, it's one of the few serialized Punisher like comics usually don't get hardcore serialized. Punisher kind of is to a point. That's why I've always said the Punisher is kind of one of those characters I actually, have a look at.
On to the next little plot point, because I got to get this grief out.
All right. Well, we haven't got to the story yet, but we're just getting to the shots now.
I was just getting to Puerto Rico.
Okay, I was just gonna get to Puerto Rico just now. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say to Puerto Rico.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this version of the Punisher, which I don't consider a real Punisher, he's a Fed. What is one thing Feds have? They usually have security and witness protection whenever they're off. It's kind of like a hidden rule, is like, if your entire fucking family is going to be in one place, there will be armed security if that's a federal agent's family. That's just how they roll.
This was
they may be in disguise. That too. This is in some fancy tourist part of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Richeyville.
And his dad seems to be like also a government man. So you got guys of high power, high government authority, and mobsters roll up like it's fucking Thanksgiving. And like no one's around. I'm like, that doesn't.
It would have been one thing if you shot something where they got like suppressors on the mafia's weapons and they took out the security force. Okay, at least make it believable. But no security force whatsoever? Are you fucking mad?
This guy have a private island or something like that? Because that's what it looked like. At that point, you might as well just say he had a private island. At least then you could have done something. But even then, could you imagine going to a private island? Like, dude, you can't even get on. Like, there are private islands out there that if you fucking even set
if you get within a certain nautical mile on boat, fucking port authorities on your ass. Doesn't matter if you were just, listing a little bit too hard in one direction on a sailboat. Port authority is going to question your ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're coming for you. And they're coming for you hard. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, to me, I was like, what the fuck? I'm watching this and I'm starting to I'm giggling because I think it's funny because I'm like, wow, they just murdered everybody.
This is such a, brain dead setup because, okay, if he wasn't a Fed, this would be a bit more believable where it's like, okay, let's say Punisher was doing SWAT operation and then one of the mafia guys gets whacked accidentally because he pulls a gun. Fine. Okay. Then it would make sense why he doesn't have a security force and
here's the other thing. He isn't the guy that murdered the fucking mobster. He isn't the guy that shot the fucking kid.
Yeah, it's another thing too. That was a random unnamed SWAT officer, like SWAT officer number 7.
Someone that shouldn't have fucking done what he did, and that's what I'm saying. It's absolutely fucking silly. So
so they're turning people into Swiss cheese at this buffet. This party. Unfortunately, this includes everyone of every age demographic because they're mobsters.
Yeah,
and it's the first thing I noticed whenever the Punisher's dad pulls him aside into the little house, the little shack. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I noticed was 1911 compensator. Yeah. That was the first thing I said. Ooh, nice compensator.
Yeah, they really go after the bullshit with this, and that's what makes me mad. This whole fucking thing is about the bullshit of okay, he's retired, it's over. So you're going after a retired guy. You're going after all this stuff, doing this murder. And again, he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. He wasn't technically. He wasn't even the middleman. And that's the thing. This whole story doesn't need to happen. But as we continue,
technically, it doesn't even make sense. Yeah. Because his name and everything would have been scrubbed the moment he retired if he's a Fed.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have immediate ties and connections. Doesn't matter how high up the food chain you are on the black market. You ain't getting that info because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, they burn it. Yeah, they destroy it. Yeah, this guy, everything about this is shady as fuck. But it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. It doesn't really matter because all it does is lead to like stunt action shot 54. Because that's what this
Yep.
movie is. A lot of stunt.
It is.
action.
It is stunt action shot for like the first bit of the movie, and we both laughed at whenever the mother and child were trying to get away from the goons. The goons are chasing them, and they're totally not branded Toyota.
Yeah. And it just,
and like the boat trailer, not just a boat trailer. They ram into the back of it, and it hikes up the front end of this truck, and there's goons in the back seat. It's like they wouldn't have a head anymore. That
Man,
cranium has a fucking dent.
whoever was the stuntman that had a fucking boat in the face, fuck, you earned your paycheck there, buddy. Because like,
They didn't pay you enough.
behind there. And I'm
They
like,
did
I don't
not
know.
pay you enough, sir.
Yeah,
Stuntmen don't get paid nearly enough.
That was a fucking car. Even though that looked like it was like the way it moved looked like a cardboard boat and a cardboard fucking like it was like it was a prop boat. But I'm like, you did not deserve that. But anyway, it's
Here. I'm of the opinion of this. Pull it aside real quick. Stuntmen need more than mainline actors for the shit they pull off. All right. Especially if we're gonna have John Travolta look like a fucking mannequin most of the movie.
Yeah, fucking agree. Fucking agree. Like I honestly think that's why I think Tom Cruise should be making more money because of the simple fact that he does his
stunts.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. Okay, yeah. So next on the docket with this, we get to him getting shot, then blown up, and he doesn't die, and now the voodoo guy brings him.
Not just blown up. Mass conflagration, Bravo class fire with gasoline. He's a burning corpse.
Yeah. Yeah, he's shot and blown up at the same time. So it's a funny, stupid moment. And then he wakes up because Voodoo Man does his voodoo hoodoo, woo. And
that's the part that I'm like, we don't have voodoo in Puerto Rico. Because this is supposed to be Puerto Rico in the movie. It's like, we don't have voodoo. I don't know what the hell this is. This isn't Shadow Man.
And, like, be perfectly honest, this is coming from a Puerto Rican. So, yeah.
About to say, ever since Cortez came a knocking, it's been Catholicism.
Yes, very Catholicism. Like they don't let it. Maybe there's
an old Puerto Rican grandma will beat the brakes off of you with a sandal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny, but this whole thing is kind of stupid for that. So then, like I said, a lot of this movie is good shot. He does something for a couple minutes, really good shot, and then fucking his little comedy troupe. Good shot. The comedy troupe in this is what makes this movie suck so fucking much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like they're only there to suffer.
Yeah.
That's the end result.
There with other people. From people because he knows what he's doing can hurt others. And he doesn't want what happened to his family to happen to the innocent people above ground.
Yeah. This is somebody who doesn't he has he would have a hideout or something like that. And that's the thing. There are some great shots in this movie. And there are some interesting moments. Like I still like the Hector Heck thing where Hector Heck plays him a fucking death song. That is one of the stupidest moments.
Hector Heck armed with a street sweeper. South African shotgun.
Yeah. Hector Heck. But that scene where Hector Heck sits there and plays him a fucking ballad is so fucking hysterical. I love it. I thought that was fun, but I thought that was so cheesy. There are moments.
Are we going to get onto the moment of what you said about the troupe? They're supposed to be comedy relief, but I am in agreement. They're there to suffer, but they're also there to suffer for their own stupidity.
Yeah. Yeah, like this thing was dumb. This movie was dumb in a lot of ways for them. Now, what also made it good, like I said, they brought in villains that actually Punisher has fought. Like the more notable guys.
Yeah, like Hector Heck was in like an issue of Punisher.
Yeah,
He lasted as long as that issue.
2 of one of the Punisher things. It was actually he gets fucking iced. I think it was either before or after the Punisher blew up the fucking the bar with no name, which is like he basically there's a bar where all the supervillains go to, and Punisher uses some makeup to hide and pretend to be the bartender. He sneaks in there and fucking blows the whole fucking thing up and kills all these supervillains.
Oh, dude. Are we going to talk about that really stupid moment where I was absolutely losing my shit, where Ivan Drogov's older brother was beating up the Punisher, and meanwhile, hey, look, comedy moment.
That whole scene was bad. And like I said, they were designed...
I swear, they're working on... Okay, Russian man throws a grenade. Grenade goes apartment building. Yeah. And the reason I say Minecraft rules is, when you look away from something, it unloads the blocks, so it's not there, so your system doesn't fucking, burn up.
Yeah.
I was like, you're telling me this music is loud enough to mute a frag grenade going off. And not just the noise, there's also a blast wave that goes with that. You're not going to feel that on, like, the cupboards rattling or anything? And this is assuming it doesn't blow a fucking hole in the wall.
Yeah, and we gotta say it. The other 2 Punisher movies have some stupid, like, cartoon physics. But this one had some big ones. This
one takes the cake because this is Disney saying, hey, look how quirky these characters are, while Punisher's getting his ass reamed in a fight.
I honestly think this is actually one of the first, because this is legitimately, I believe this is the first Disney Marvel movie. And this has that energy. And the thing is, like I said, you've got John Travolta, like, basically totally getting a paycheck, and like even when he's murdering his best friend and his wife, he doesn't seem to have energy. Like, it's just like, like he picks up his wife and throws her off a train. And there's funny moments. He's like, he's wrapped up with something. He says to his son, and then the other one's, "Where's mom? Oh, mom took a train.
She took the train." And I was like, "Oh, that's cold. That's cold."
That's cold. But it's coming from someone that had no fucking monotone the entire time. Like, and this is John Travolta. John Travolta has really good fun freakouts. This was just meh. And in the end, even the ending is stupid. Like, fucking.
Before we get to the ending, I wanted to say that rom-com character, they tried to humanize the Punisher with getting this lady to talk to him or whatever. And it's like, no, what the fuck is this? It's like, if you just let your emotions out and don't think about the past, is like, that's not how the Punisher thinks, and that's not how men process their emotions.
No, like he said, there's a great moment. Like I said, who really acted really well? Tom Jane. The guy who played the Punisher? Yeah, okay. He fucking played really well. Like, he is the main reason he's going to get a lot of points. He's the main reason this is going to get a lot of points. And I honestly think it. Someone said to me, hey, we're going to do an old man Punisher. He's old enough, he could probably do the role. I think he deserves one more chance at it. Just because he was actually decent in this. And there's actually another reason for this. But here's the thing. That ending with John Travolta's death, it's one of the silliest he pushes a fucking car and pushes John Travolta into the fucking fire.
After, slapping him with the evidence, is like, I caused you to kill your best friend and your wife.
Yep. Yeah, that is a stupid what a fucking dumb movie. Anyway.
Dude, there was that moment where it's like, arrive at this location. I know about your dark secret. And it's like, the only way I could logic that out is maybe the guy doesn't want the boss to know, because like you said, I don't think the boss would give a fuck, because the guy still does his job. All right, the guy does his job, and he's your info guy who gives a fuck about what he does in the sheets.
Yeah, he wouldn't have cared. And the thing is, I don't believe his best friend would not tell him he's gay. Like, I don't think he'd give a shit. Oh, you murder people for a fucking... You get the job done and you kill people. I'm all in. Go ahead. Go have your fun. This is stupid. This is a stupid fucking movie.
There's so many plot points that make no sense.
Yeah, there's a moment where where the Punisher shows up and goes, oh, no one came for my thing for the FBI agent. No one defended my family. I'm like, motherfucker, yeah, I
Why?
kind
Why
of,
would he be in front of the cameras?
yeah. Why do that in front of the cameras? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this guy's entire family was violently murdered in Puerto Rico, and it was clearly a mob hit because a bunch of fucking dead mobsters. Because the fucking Punisher murdered a bunch of people.
Yep.
I fucking
And
hate.
I like your plot idea. Is instead of doing that, he would
Yeah.
find a way to get him into the speakeasy that he knows they go to, and then he sits aside of them.
Yeah. I think, this could be fixed with that. This could be fixed with that. I hated every bit of this. This was a bullshit movie. The fact that he gets his
Anybody who says this is a good movie, both your man card and your geek card has been revoked.
we're not. No, this is a stupid movie. Oh, it's a pocket. It's not even a popcorn flip. Okay, popcorn. We're gonna be talking about a popcorn flick very, very shortly.
This is also the era where everybody, including the family dog, had a Punisher sticker on the back end of their car.
Yeah. And I love the idea that his son gets it from a fucking thing, like a voodoo guy. Like, oh, fuck off. Even his skull's fucking.
It's not Shadow Man. It's the Punisher. God damn it!
I don't
Fuck.
fucking. I don't.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's what makes me angry. Is like there's no voodoo in Puerto Rico. If this was Africa, you got a different fucking story.
Haiti. Well, Haiti's is close to Puerto Rico, isn't it? Maybe that's going on there. I don't know.
I think Haiti is closer to Republic of Dominica.
I have no fucking. I don't. What are we rating?
Nothing in the movie made sense. Bad movie. 4 out of 10.
Yeah, 4 out of 10. I'm saying a 4.5 because of the actor. This actor, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see him in that.
That's the only reason I'm not giving it a 1.
Yeah, he is amazing. John Travolta sucked in this movie.
I hope the stuntman gets paid more than John Travolta.
Yeah. Okay, on an addendum, we do have to have an addendum. They did make a fan-made movie of this series. Now we're going to talk about the fan-made just because we have to.
Oh, what could have been? We were fucking robbed.
We were fucking robbed. We were fucking robbed. Look up this fan-made film. It is amazing. It is really good. It's on YouTube. And he did.
Fuck you! I'm grabbing the link. Give me a moment.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna have the link. Okay, I don't know if that's the actual OG link, but I'm saying this is a fan-made movie. This is awesome. This is what the Punisher should have been. Absolutely hate that.
And then instead we got this 2004 fucking rom-com like it's the goddamn Disney Channel.
Yeah. This is this. So Disney's Punisher gets a 4.5. Bob gives it a 4. And now we're going to talk about the real cartoony one, the actual one where Vengeance has a name, Punisher, Warzone, what? Extreme zoom in. There we go. I should have centered this a little better. I'm still trying to use the phone word app. I'm used to using the old Windows stuff. So, all right. So, hello, chat. We got some people here. If you guys want to chat, come on in. Say how you feel about the Punisher. We'd love to hear your comments. So, we're getting to the most cartoony but comic book and insane, absolutely fun version of the Punisher. By the way, even the rating on this, I believe, is shit compared. I believe this is the one that got the PG-13. And this is it's funny. Rated R. No, I think this is 8. Oh, sorry about that. I will put that back. Rated. I believe this is rated R. This Punisher's like 80s PG-13, maybe even rated R. Does this have the rating? I can't see. This one I believe is PG-13, rated R. And does this earn its R? Right, Bob? All right, Bob. So you ready? We got one more.
You have to give me a moment.
Okay. Well, Bob's doing that. I will start off the review for the next Punisher movie.
Yes. Here. This is what we were robbed from. It was Punisher Laundry Day.
Yep. Great movie. Now we're going to talk about a great, great, great movie. Now, a lot of people say to me, "Oh, this isn't really a comic book." Like, the other one. No, fuck off, fuck off. Your nostalgia boner. I don't care about your nostalgia boner
I
pills.
don't care
Okay.
about your fucking bumper sticker.
Stop
That
eating
wasn't the real
stop
Punisher.
member berries. Stop eating your member berries. That Punisher sucks. All right. Now, member Punisher. No, come on. Okay, let's get to Warzone. Let's get to the fun that is Warzone.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah. Okay, so Warzone is really fucking good. And people talk about popcorn. This is a popcorn. This is a violent popcorn click. I love watching this movie because it is so extreme, so over the top, so hysterical in many, many ways. And there's moments where you kind of, I just absolutely love. But it's not like, stupidly fun. There are moments in this movie where it is so violent, but it's so stupidly violent. My favorite moment in this movie, by the way, the actor for this, I believe, has passed on. I believe this guy is dead. Yeah, R.I.P.
What is your favorite moment in this movie, Looney Bin Larry?
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. So, Looney Bin Larry, of course.
Fucking hell.
Maybe grab the arm flexors for a couple minutes.
Yeah, you grab those little hand gripper things. While you do that, I gotta take a quick moment. I'll be right back.
Okay, so this movie starts off with the murder of a mobster family, because the Punisher is actually going through the mobster family. This is the first time we actually get to see his body count in a big fucking way. Ooh, that hurt. I kind of like that they kind of did that for the character. The character is actually showing that they're actually showing, like, this guy is actually doing the killings and he's murdering stuff. Now, unfortunately, during this fight, he's taking on one of these like super like one of these like really stereotypical mobsters. He's killing the family off. Now, the benefit of killing the family off, he actually murders it murders one of the most funniest murders I've ever seen. He kills a bunch of guys in this like absolute darkness, kills a bunch of them, and like cuts off one guy's head, and then kills a bunch of other guys just epically. It's just shot, stab, 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 stab. And then when the lights come on, he jumps onto a chandelier, swings around like a fucking top, and with two machine guns. And uses the momentum of the machine guns to spin him around like a top. That is so stupid. It is so much fun.
When I first saw that, sorry, I'm back. When I first saw that chandelier scene, I was like, wait, that's just like the ultimate move from the Stranglehold games. Where the guy has like the doves flying around and shit. The only thing it was missing was the doves flying around the Punisher.
Well, in my head, the doves show up. And then they're all, it's so epic, it's so epic, it's so fun. It's epic, so funny, they're on fire. That's a Nostalgia Critic reference. I don't know if anyone got that one. Okay, so this made it kind of amusing to watch, and I enjoyed that for this. Like, there was some so basically, you find out that the Punisher has contacts within the police force and within everybody. And that's something you probably could see the Punisher having. Like the idea of the Punisher not having a police force or a presence or someone that's not legitimately working with him in some ways. He always has contacts, and this is actually a pretty fun moment. Now he chases down our like fun little group of people here, and one of the big bads for this, who turns into such a comic book character. Absolutely love this actor. I don't know who this actor is, but this actor has like energy, and he's a solid actor.
I'll be honest with you, I thought it was what's his name from Spider-Man, the guy who becomes a goblin.
No, it's not him. No, it's not him.
Okay.
No, it's not him. I don't know who the actor. You know what? I'm going to look up that up right now. Who is the actor for Punisher? Who is the actor for that character?
Who is Jigsaw? Because goddamn, that was a fun villain.
That was a fun. Yeah, that was.
It was an absolute nut, but God, was he a fun villain?
He was a fun movie. Fun villain. A movie villain. But I can talk.
Film movie. You cannot make film movie.
All right, so Punisher Warzone cast. I think it was Dominic West. I know I've known that name. Where is he from? I think I've seen him in other stuff. I just can't remember when. And Doug Hutchinson was the other one.
Okay. Oh my goodness. And he really did ham up like the Scarface, like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
But instead of it being Cuban, he was Italian, like that. It was so Italian. The only thing he was missing was constantly talking with the duck hands.
Yeah, this guy was so fun for that. And then, like I said, it gets to that point where the Punisher defeats him, and they're in a recycling plant. That's where they're like secret.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's still. Oh.
I'll get to that in a second. So we get to meet the parkour guys, and they're like, parkour.
Oh yeah, and an average Nirvana fan who doesn't grow up, because I shit you not, they were playing fucking Nirvana while these heads were doing parkour.
Yeah, it wasn't Nirvana, but it was some sort of metal. It was, but they were going nuts.
I was like, I swear they had like whatever Nirvana's was that, like alt rock, and they probably had Slipknot, but that was whenever the Punisher was on screen.
Yeah. So they ended up fighting and they ended up having him, like, they run around like crazy people.
They're the delivery service, but they're good at it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Good luck catching a guy that fucking can run like a fucking psychopath and like do that good parkour.
On the rooftops, yeah.
Especially if they know they know the world. So as they're parkouring everywhere and they're having fun and stuff, they meet up with the bad guys and the Punisher shows up. The Punisher starts killing people. I even liked how he murders one. He kills one guy with a crossbow bolt, and then the other guy goes,
that little mini crossbow was so cool. It was so stupid, but so cool at the same time.
That I've made that for D&D. There's D&D mini crossbows that exist.
It's like, that wasn't just a hand crossbow. That was a micro crossbow.
That was funny. He kills him with the crossbow, gets him right in the neck. And as the guy is sitting there, like, hey, buddy, oh my God, what happened? Punisher comes, runs up, and fucking basically does a fucking, the people's elbow off the top rope. Oh, bad!
I thought it was a dead man drop where you put the knee, usually at the back of the neck, and then your other knee is the lower part of the spine, because that's like a, 260 to 280 pound man of pure muscle, plus his equipment, his Kevlar, and all the other shit he's rolling around in, landing on the back of your fucking neck from about a 7-foot drop. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, spine. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah. He just fucking, the way he comes down on him, it's like off the top ropes, and it's just fucking awesome. And like, that was a good jump too. That was a long. That looked like that had to have been at least 6 feet to land into the other guy. That's
what I was saying. It was like 7 feet because, if I'm not mistaken, was it average chain link fence with barbed wire? The clearance is about 6.5 feet, sometimes 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had to climb up on a fucking truck to do that. It was awesome. That was one hell of a good jump. He lands on full fucking force, and I crunch. And I'm like giggling away. Oh, that was one hell of a good landing. And he lands on him full force. And I'm like, yes.
This is the Punisher that we need.
Yeah. This is what we want. This is the Punisher I wanted. I wanted this fucker. I didn't want the other guy. Now, actually, I want the other guy. But I want the other guy in a good Punisher movie. That's the problem. I think he was actually a good actor for that. Anyway,
I gotta ask you, Chief. Yep. For meth heads, was that parkour gang rather sensible for being hyped up on fucking meth? Because I'm surprised he was able to string things together.
I don't think meth heads to incorporate that. Most of the time most of the meth heads I know, they just go ballistic and try to fucking kill themselves.
Yeah, I only know burnouts. That's why I'm asking. Is like, does anybody know a meth head that string fucking sentences together? And it's like, hey, what are you doing? Because what they do is they take the rooftop exit. It's like, hey, you mind if we take the rooftops? We prefer it. And the guy's like, go ahead, you're a saint. And I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen a meth head like function that well when they're high.
Even the laughing was great because he just kind of chuckles about it. He thinks it's absolutely funny.
Oh, he was hardcore Jamaican, like hard Jamaican accent.
I know, but Mr. Beauty there, the beauty there, ended up fucking what's it called? Now here's
that's the one that makes my like fingers twitch out and my hair stand on end. Was that? Oh,
yeah. So now we get to the fun part where the Punisher's fighting everybody, and he catches Mr. Beauty, and he gets thrown into a recycling bin, and he basically turns it on. That is one of the most fucked up, like
not just a recycling bin, a glass bottle recycling bin.
Yeah, it was a
that's the part. That's the part. I'm just like, holy fuck!
He just keeps trying to grab for it, and the glass is exploding in his face and shit. Oh my god, he's screaming, Castle!
And then you have that one camera shot where you have like the window right there, and you see the hand and the blood smear as he's being pulled along with it. Oh fuck!
That is so good. That is such a good scene. Now, I know a lot of that was fake, but god damn, that was awesome.
Even if it was real or fake, it did its fucking job. Because holy shit!
And the Punisher
just fucking shoot me.
Yeah, and the Punisher starts killing other people. Unfortunately, during his killing expedite of guys, he ended up killing an undercover officer. And that sets
that
him
undercover
off.
cop was what? Wasn't he like the role of the banker for the mobster?
Yeah, he was. He was hiding the money. He's basically doing his money laundering. And that's the problem. The second he died, well, the law enforcement took that money. The problem is now this put the our new villain, our new super villain, which that scene where he's staring at the puzzle, like the tourist map and the puzzle, Call Me Jigsaw.
The New York touring advertisement.
Yeah.
I was like, that is really good filmography where he's just overlooking that. Now, granted, this is after he talked to his doctor because they had to do a lot of grafting and reconstruction surgery. And holy fuck. Fucking Freddy Krueger looks handsome by comparison. No offense.
Yeah, this guy's makeup was really... Actually, even the makeup was pretty okay. Like, I didn't mind that.
Last time I seen something that metal, it was Scarecrow.
Yeah, like, that was actually really well done. And I thought that was... Well, yeah, unfortunately, now we...
Don't call me Billy. Call me Jigsaw.
Call me Jigsaw, yeah. And then after that, he goes to get his brother, Looney Bin Larry. And Looney Bin Larry...
the chief.
Yeah, Anyway, so Looney Bin Larry ends up having a big problem with his scenario. That they're basically, he's a psychopath killing and murder like a cannibal. And so they bring
nut job, like the nuttiest of peanuts in that nut house.
Yep.
Now, also the staff is not the greatest because Mr. Fat Boy Nurse who chows down on the man's applesauce is like, dude, come on now.
Yep, don't do that. Don't steal a man's applesauce, man. You steal a man's applesauce, you know there's gonna be trouble.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy.
Yep. By the way, it is kind of funny because that guy has played that actor plays a lot of security guards.
I might say he did a really good job as a nut job. Shit.
Yeah,
that was believable. I was like, I feel like I'm back in fucking San Diego in the wrong alleyway again. Holy shit.
No, yeah, that guy played a nut job, but the orderly guy, that guy's been an orderly in a bunch of stuff. He even was an orderly in the famous or infamous. He's actually a twin. He's in an orderly for the Terminator 2, I think that's the orderly that was getting fresh with what's her face. Sarah Connor.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry, my brain's still on that fucking scene because I kind of agree with the other mobsters. Like, I'm gonna look away from that.
Well, they want someone to kill. They want someone to go after the Punisher full tilt, and you send a crazy person after crazy. Meanwhile, the Punisher's dealing with the existential dread of murdering somebody that he Punisher ain't gonna exactly be happy about murdering someone that he actually gives a fuck about, and like he doesn't want to kill innocent. Like that's not his thing.
And
as
the
much,
worst part is it's a double effect. One, he killed a badge, and two, that means his family is in the line of fire too. So it's like a twofold effect.
Yeah,
That's on his
And
mind.
that's on his mind, and now he wants to protect the family, wants to give him money, and the family doesn't want his money. Well, the daughter, okay. Biggest negative is the daughter. I like the daughter. I don't like the daughter. The daughter seems a little like
It's a kid actor. I wasn't too harsh on the kid actor, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It had
How
its
old is
cute moments. It had its annoying moments. If I was to take a wild guess, I think she's like 7 or 8 in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, she seemed like 7 or 8. I actually don't know how old the actress was. I'd have to look. Okay, so she is probably in her 20s now. Okay, I still feel bad. Gotta wait.
Yeah.
Can't-
Either way, man, it was like they had their cute moments, but there's also moments where it's like, yeah, it's a kid actor. Her lines can be a bit stiff. It's a kid. I ain't gonna push too hard on it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna make a joke. She's in her 20s now. Fuck her. But
No, bad.
no, not that way. I mean,
Squirt bottle, chief. Squirt bottle.
No, you're like, yeah, screw the actress. It's an act. I don't care. She's 20 now. Fuck her role. She was awful in this movie.
Squirt bottle.
Okay. All right.
Now give me that ocelot.
Okay. Wow. There you go.
There you go. All right, squirt bottle down.
Okay, so we have the fun of this series. We have this. There's some great action scenes, and there are some page for comic scenes in this movie.
One thing I wanted to mention, which I thought was kind of wholesome, even though everything around the wholesome thing is a bunch of razors.
Yeah.
With Jimmy, also known as Jigsaw, whenever he was looking in the mirror, his brother was like, "Hey, as long as you're with me, you don't gotta look in a mirror." And he starts breaking all the mirrors, and it's like, you know what? He may be nuttier than squirrel shit, but that's a good brother.
Yeah, he's looking after his brother. That's right, and I do like that. So here's the thing about that: it got so silly with everything else in it, but it was also fun in a moment. There are 3 favorite moments in there that stuck with me. They're comic book moments. The rocket launcher to the parkour guys. Yeah.
Go ahead.
The grabbing the one guy, throwing him onto a spike wall, and then jumping on him while he's still kind of alive, shattering his neck and pulling his neck out. Because that crunch sound and watching his neck go like that, like, oh!
Oh yeah, that was a flesh balloon with a solid object inside.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
That moment.
Yeah, that landing, he did a dead man drop twice in this movie, and they were both epic.
Epic as
and
fuck.
And the best part is like, not only is the agents investigating the Punisher there, but also it's like right in front of, like, oh shit! So it's like they're as shocked as the audience is because it's such a jump cut.
Yeah, my favorite moment in there, the other one, like he does it 3 times actually. He does it man drop onto right through a window at the end of the movie. My other favorite moment in here that's so comic book, is when you have Jigsaw dressed up like a fucking
Cuban dictator.
The Cuban dictator walking through, and he's marching. He's actually doing a march, and they have the American flag on the fucking flag.
Yeah, the Canadian flag. Yeah, totally.
He has the American flag, and they play the Stars and Stripes while he's doing it.
He's doing a speech to all the local gangs. Like, he's marching out to each of the gang hideouts. They have the Irish Mafia, the Chinese Triad. Who else? Who else do they have?
Yeah. Oh, he goes Chinese. He goes the Crips, I think, some sort of Crip gang. Chinese. He doesn't go to the Russian. He goes to the Irish, and I think
there's a 4th group. I think they're bikers. I think it's just like generic biker gang.
Yeah, some biker gang. And then as they're walking, as he gets them all there, because they're going to go after the Punisher. There's a moment where they're walking in, and you can even see them, and some of them are in lockstep and stuff as the music's blaring.
It's metal, but they're walking in slow motion, and it's like, oh fuck, they're all rolling in.
That is so comic book coded. I was like, yeah, there we go. That's it. That you got it. You fucking got it, boys. That is fucking right. That is what you got to do. And I enjoyed the fuck out of that, because to me that was like, okay, you did it right. You did it good. You won the prize. That was like the gold star of how that was awesome.
Yeah, because if you take a freeze frame, it could look like a comic book panel too.
It would be a comic book panel, and that's the thing. Now, overall, you get like, I think almost 20 minutes of gunplay violence at the end.
Before that,
yeah.
The Punisher gets Mr. Special Agent to say, hey, in this case, you got to go past the law if you want to get the job done and get it done right. So Mr. Agent guy actually goes to the Russian mob, who wasn't invited to this party, and informs him, "I'll put your son in jail.
Yep.
Well, I can give you a location."
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I can work with that.
Yep. And that's where it gets, that's where the fun, like the fighting starts downstairs, and then the Punisher goes up to like the top or higher floors and murders everybody. There's very cartoony moments in here, like that. Like I said, the grenade launcher through the fucking wooden door, and everyone dies.
Okay, hold up. Two things. One, Punisher is rocking an M4 with a suppressor. Somehow the suppressor is still showing muzzle flash. It makes the suppressor noise, but there's muzzle flash. I get it, you're trying to show the audience that he's shooting, but you could put smoke there and be just fine. Next, what you're talking about with that grenade launcher, he punches through a door with said rifle, with a suppressor on it, mind you, like it's a fucking piece of plywood, and launches a grenade where all these guys are holed up, aimed at the door like a fatal funnel situation. And I'm like, okay, if that killed everybody there, and your suppressor is through the door, and you manage to bust through the fucking door like it's plywood, one, you don't have a can in both situations. And two, I'm surprised you weren't knocked back.
Yeah. Another fun moment where he kicks down the door. Instead of kicking down the door normally, he kicks down the door and bashes the guy behind the door, which normally that was actually kind of an interesting thing, even though he still got shot, but that was the thing. Also, the Punisher in this one gets shot a lot. Like, his Kevlar gets hit.
Oh, yeah, his plates catch a lot of shots, and I also want to know, it's like, what the hell are your plates made out of? Because I'm assuming some of his weapons have armor-piercing capabilities. I know when he was loading some of his firearms, they were hollow points. So I was like, okay, yeah, you're working with JHP. But for Big Boy Revolver that he has, what plates do you have, sir? Holy fuck.
Here's my question. It could be anything. It could be fucking, it is the Marvel universe.
It could be vibranium somehow.
Yeah. I don't think it's vibranium, but it could be some sort of silicone or Sakanian or fucking, it could be some
the fantasy mithril metal that always has.
Well, actually, here's my thing. I've always said this. Like, hollow points can't exactly punch through Kevlar, right? Like, they have a problem with that.
They do.
So, like,
not impossible, but they do have a.
Yeah, but if I was, most of my guns, if I was the Punisher, I'd be worried about being disarmed. Would be the biggest fear. And if someone's going to shoot me with my own shit and I'm wearing Kevlar, I want my Kevlar to catch.
That is true. That also is assuming that your opponent isn't limp wristing and is aiming center mass, because he only has a front and back blade. I don't know if the Punisher has any leg protection or arm protections. I don't think he does, because he gets cut up in those areas.
Yeah, well, I think he does to a point. It's just not like solid, like heavy plated. Although I will say this, it's not like that wolf, like that awesome armor from that anime that we watch, which is fucking badass. That's army. Something of the wolf, remember?
Something of the wolf.
Sure. The red eyes. He looks like fucking Hunk on fucking crack with a giant machine gun.
Oh, Jinro, Wolf Brigade, or
Yeah.
Jinro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah, the Punisher's not rocking plates like that,
Yeah.
but
That's
at the same time, he would be more subtle about it. Like under his big coat, he could probably have, a lining of some sort that could stop a small caliber.
I hate to say it, most guys, unless you're going into combat, they're only going to be carrying a side. Like most mobsters aren't going to be heavily armed.
Yeah, but this is like going against Santa Blanca. It's,
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, after this ends with a great moment where the Punisher scene where the guy's like, hey, now that you've killed most of the mobsters and everyone's dead, maybe New York will be better. And he instantly gets robbed.
Like, I can move in. You made my life easier. Thank you, Punisher. Now choose.
Yeah. What made it funny with that bad guy? No, I'm talking about the ending. The ending where he's talking to the cop.
Oh, that. One moment before we get there.
We don't want to talk about that. There's okay, yeah. I don't want to spoil that. I don't want to spoil that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fair. But yes, if you're talking about that very final moment before credits roll, excellent filmography right there. The lighting, the way it's shot, it pans up, and you have the little church symbol right there, Jesus saves, and the Punisher silhouette hanging there. Like, oh man, that is menace.
Dude, I legitimately, a friend of mine made that shirt. I've been wanting to buy. If I knew Marvel wouldn't go after our ass, I would make that shirt. I get that shirt made. I'd legitimately get that shirt made. Badass. Overall, what are we going to rate Punisher Warzone?
This is a tough one. It's between an 8 or a 9.
I give it.
It was that good. I will say an 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it
8.5.
I'm gonna give it as much as the second part is going to be like my thing. I'm gonna give because I don't deny that the third Punisher is kind of a guilty. It's like a kind of my nostalgia boner a little bit. That's why it has such a high rating.
Put it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8. But if I was to pick if I was to pick where these 3 Punisher movies are going to be,
Warzone's number 1.
Yeah, I'm going to go Warzone is number 1. Punisher number 2. This number 2, even though this is a nostalgia boner, this still is a great movie. This isn't in the fucking category. We're doing Laundry Day. And Laundry Day number 3. This doesn't need to exist. This sucks.
I'd swap those around. I would say Warzone number 1, Laundry Day is number 2, the 80s one is number 3, the 2004 one gets banished to the fucking Shadow Realm where it belongs.
Oh, fucking totally agree. We have one more thing to talk about today.
The only reason, even though Laundry Day is a short film, that is the Punisher I wanted. That is the Punisher we wanted.
Yes, it was. So I'm going to quickly empty my AC water, so I'll be right back, and then we will continue on with the fun of the next topic, and then we're going to get to some gaming. I have a combat wheelchair. I mean a Dala.
I'll get on it.
Yeah, I got it.
Power word piss. All right. Sorry for the pause. I actually don't know what to talk about necessarily. I'm wait for the chief to get back so I have something to bounce off of. I'll keep being honest with the crowd, yeah?
You know, some days I only have to run the AC once. Some days I have to run the AC twice. Some days it's like it all depends. All depends. I can't catch a fucking break. My previous place, I lived right where the sun would hit it. My new place, I live right where the sun. It's just it hits it at different times now. Never catch a fucking break. Ain't getting no respect. Ain't got no respect. Okay. All right, boys. So you ready for the combat wheelchair fun?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a little Dalek up. Okay, so this is a stupid item. Should we play a video game while we're talking about this? Should we play a video game? Chat, what do you want? You want a video game right now? Do you want us to get to the video game for tonight? Yeah, no chat saying anything, so we will
Go for it. Just
go for it. Okay.
I am reading some of the funniest shit.
Oh, this thing gets stupid. We are talking about the fun that is the combat wheelchair.
This thing comes with 8 pieces of set equipment.
Yeah, it gets stupid. You know, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put Labyrinth of the Demon shooter.
I'm sorry.
Just move.
Yeah, Labyrinth of the Demon King.
Yeah, I'm putting that on tonight. Yes, that's gonna be our.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be our opener before I go to Breath of Fire.
Love Labyrinth of the Demon King.
Yep.
Hard is.
There we go.
I'd say hard as tungsten. Well, not tungsten. Hard as diamond, but God, do I love the game.
Yeah. I gotta get used to it.
And I think the best part about it is its difficulty makes sense as you explore.
Yep.
Alright, tell me when to start and I'll start reading off certain things.
Oh, go ahead. I'm going to...
Alright. Here's one you ain't gonna fucking believe with one of the combat wheelchair equipment pieces. Gloves. Just gloves.
Yep.
Grant protection from friction whilst using the push rims. What adventurer doesn't wear gauntlets? I mean, even if you're a wizard, you could still wear, like, leather or silk gloves.
Why isn't this showing up today? Is it being annoying again?
Yeah.
I hate when
I don't know. I'm still laughing at the fact that it's like, you're an adventurer and you don't have gloves?
Yep.
The only reason I could see an adventurer not rocking gloves is if they have a very specific reason, like a monk who prefers to do things with like the bare hands to be in tune with the feng shui, so to speak.
There we go.
Like you could agree with that, right? As like some characters have a reason to, like maybe wizards prefer a free hand when they're casting spells, but then again, silk doesn't really get in the way. By the way, okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Rear backrest compartment. Attached to the backrest of the chair is a chamber bar that acts as a backpack in which the user can store adventuring gear. Seatbelts. So we can be safe. Which, strap about the waist, knees, and shins to hold its user in the chair correctly and prevents them from falling out whenever the chair is struck, thrown, or handled roughly by a creature or spell in combat. These belts all have clasp buckles, excuse me, which can be undone by pressing their release buttons.
Yep.
Wait, unironically, like modern day seatbelts.
Yes.
When I hear like clasp buckles, I'm thinking of like a belt buckle where you have the the square bit, or a loop, and then you have that little pin that goes into a notch, or a hole. What, is this... When you say release buttons, are they also colored red? Do they happen to be plastic?
I know. I know.
Next,
It's just...
rear and caster wheels.
Mhm.
On either side is mounted push rims on the two large rear wheels and a small stabilizing fifth wheel on the very back of the chair. Okay. Oh, okay. That's just giving you like the... Gotcha. The overall layout of the wheel. Tough terrain tires, which can easily move over any terrain except for water.
Yep.
Those specialized floats for the chair can be bought from shops. What shop sells inflatable tires?
I know,
Fuck.
right?
That'd be... I can see the merchants buying that shit up for their fucking horse carts. Holy shit! Inflatable tires that float on water? Here's a fucking trade bar, my guy!
You're in a fantasy setting, and it like legitimately is like, yeah, you know, even though you're in a fantasy setting. By the way, Dodge works great, but what's called works guard works way fucking better. I need to remember to keep guard up.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Specialized floats for the chair can be bought from shops. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. It's like, what shop? You'd have to go to a very specific shop. Like, it would be very niche. You'd probably have to go to, I don't know, the 5 town over. Not the next town over, 5 towns over. You gotta go to the Richville because you are Leigh Olaf's son of bumfuck nowhere.
Yep.
These tires, they also spell tires Tyres, come with chains set into them to aid grip over snowy or icy terrain. Overall, they negate the effect of difficult terrain. What?
Yeah. Basically,
I've been on some difficult terrain, and I'll be honest with you, I don't want to turn into a fucking Roomba.
You know what I got laugh about that? The terrain is like it's designed. So okay, difficult terrain. What they mean by difficult terrain, that means any terrain, because the terrain would be. Trust me, I've dealt with wheelchairs more than once.
Mud is considered difficult terrain. The wheels are thin.
So basically, these wheelchairs are designed to like move like they can easily pass through areas, motherfucker. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but so far, you want to know the only combat wheelchair I have, Chief?
Right. I'm here.
Axel from Twisted Metal. That's the only combat wheelchair I'll accept.
Holy shit, that guy kicked my ass.
You in agreement?
Yeah, kinda. Well, to me, it's just in general, this whole thing's... Alright, so here's my thought.
Alright. Go ahead.
Okay. This thing is a stupid idea. It is a...
Overcomplicated limiting factor when you don't even need it. Let's be real.
Yeah, because the fact that you can get a restoration spell that will heal you up real nice, real quick, for absolutely nothing.
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure you could, ask the local priest. He may know a guy, and out of charity for the people of the town, he'd be willing to get a guy to fix you up.
Like, I love the idea. I love the idea of this though, because in some ways it's like, oh, but that's wrong. You shouldn't want to change yourself. It's like, buddy, you're in a fantasy setting.
Why are you playing an elf then, motherfucker? Shouldn't you be playing a 500-pound lard ass?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I cannot, and I do mean it, cannot stand that mentality of like, oh, I'm changing myself. The thing is like, buddy, you're in a world where you don't have to be this.
You know what, Chief? If they want to stick by those rules, all right. Human-only party. Can't be elves, can't be tieflings, can't be anything. You're all humans. You look exactly like yourselves. And your professional background applies. Well, guess what, Chief? That means you're probably a thief/rogue. Probably a swashbuckler.
Say a thief/mage would be more incorporated in my character persona.
Spellblade. By the way, me? Sailor/town guard. I would have a legitimate fucking background. Everybody else? Well, I'm sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to be, leading around a bunch of clowns telling them how to handle a fucking weapon because, my god, I barely... Oh, dude. Oh, I would lose my shit. It's like, there's orcs over there. Hey, guys, scout ahead over there.
Yeah.
I'll lose my patience real quick.
Do the undead respawn again as well once you die?
Yes.
So
every enemy will respawn. If you change areas, go to your little save spot, and they won't always be in the same place. They'll move around. They'll spawn at different locations. So, additional pouches and weapon sheaths are attached around the frame of the chair, so one of these also serves as a water skin holder, which is attached down by the side of the seat. I'm trying to, it's like, weapon sheath holder. So there's no limit on what weapons you can wield?
Yeah.
I do have a question about that. So it's like, okay, let's say you have giant strength, you're wearing a girdle, fine. And you're wielding, I don't know, the fucking Dragon Slayer. Can your wheelchair handle that? Is the application of the giant strength applied to the wheelchair?
No, not really, but it's still funny that they do that.
I was like, think about that. It's like, excessive weight. Can you lift gates or bend bars with the wheelchair supporting you, or will it just crumple and fall apart?
Yeah, exactly.
Seat tilt lever, which sits just under the seat. This lever, when pressed, releases a lock mechanism that causes the seat to tilt up, so getting in or out of the chair is easier for the user.
You know what? It makes me laugh because I've seen actual wheelchairs that aren't as fucking awesome as this. Like, I've seen actual wheelchairs that are like shit.
Adjustable armrests.
Yeah, you gotta have armrests.
Oh, here's the kicker, Chief.
Yeah.
These armrests are actually rather fancy.
They are.
They're not just mechanical. They have a magically imbued sensory stone set within them so the user can guide the chair in directions indicated by running their hand or finger over it.
Yep.
Should they not be able to physically push the chair via the push rims. That's a pretty expensive fucking item if you ask me. Fucking sensory stone? Goddamn, that's a payday.
Yeah, exactly.
Beacon stones. Each combat wheelchair... Sorry, the name. Comes with a pair of these magical stones, which is set into the framework of the chair itself, and the other is a loose stone the chair's user keeps on their person. Using the loose stone, you can think about a location within 30 feet of you in any direction that you would like the chair to move, so long as it's within sight. Once you have chosen location you would like to move to, the stones become activated and magically move the chair to the desired location via low-level pulse and transmutation magic that causes the chair to hover up to 30 feet off the ground and move 30 feet from its starting point. I'll be real with you, Chief. I know a rogue that would really fucking like to have those stones.
Fuck! Goddamn thing behind me.
How about you, Chief? It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I can see that room from here, and it's only 30 feet away, but there's security guards on the outside, and I don't feel like busting a window. That
Exactly.
wheelchair person has stones. Huh.
How do you use magic?
Say again?
How do you use magic in this?
Oh, magic is consumables in that game. It's talismans.
Yeah, I know. How do you use it?
There's a way you're able to set up quick use items, like the mushrooms and all of that. It'd be through that menu. You put them in effectively your hotbar.
Okay. Hopefully it's in my hotbar.
Swift. When moving downhill, you can choose to use gravity to your advantage, moving up to 2 times your movement speed. However, because of your speed, you can't come to an abrupt halt. You must use emergency brake or your hands to slow yourself down. Oh no, a cliff edge on this incline! I mean, most people would have to probably, like, what, make a dex check or something? This one doesn't even claim you can make a dex check. You're just going twice the speed, so now you're at a double negative. Emergency brake. When the chair is moving at high speed as described above, you put a great risk to yourself if you try to use your hands to suddenly stop. Yeah, no shit. When this happens, you can use your emergency brakes located on either side of the seat pan by the rear wheels. Using the brakes in this action Using the brakes is an action and slows the chair down by 10 feet per round. So, average movement speed is about 25. Let's assume you're going downhill. So 50, and there's a sheer cliff that happens to be there because of the angle you took. 10 feet per round.
Yeah, overall,
That's not very fast deceleration, if you ask me.
So we're
That's not
gonna
fast
end it
enough.
here. We're gonna add here for the Labyrinth King because I'm being too distracted, and it's
That's
one of those.
fair.
I feel like I'm playing a Dark Souls game, and I'm like,
You gotta lock in.
Like I can feel my brain just kind of go.
He's tripping out.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate that. I hate Dark Soul games because I really let me level up, let me grind, let me gear up, and let me fucking go. Now we're gonna be trying out we're gonna trying out that demo game we had a look at here. Let's have a look at it.
The spinning top one, the Beyblade one?
Yeah, we're gonna do that right now. I believe that's Beyblade.
Alright. Whenever I heard high speed and braking with hands, all I could think of was that one episode of Happy Tree Friends where the moose is in the wheelchair. It just fucking pops off.
Let's see here.
Braking with hands. If you choose to use your hands to stop instead, you will take damage regardless of the gloves you wear, as they are not designed to cope. They used the word cope! Designed to cope with such high amounts of friction. As a result, they're only able to slow the chair down 5 feet per round and take you 2 force damage per 5 feet movement. Force damage? Don't they mean impact damage?
Yep. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this is definitely a tablet. This is one of those clicker to winner. Oh god, this is a... No, it's stupid how the chair works, because in all intents and purposes, you're telling me this chair has an ability to, Go ahead.
You remember that orc situation?
Yeah.
Stable. Due to the chair's fifth wheel acting as a stabilizer, you have an advantage on saving throws versus being knocked prone while in the chair. If the chair does get knocked prone, you are not thrown out due to the series of seatbelts you have in place. Yeah, you're strapped up like a loony bin. You can release these belts at any time by pressing the buttons on the clasp. Whilst the chair is prone, you are also considered prone, and any close-range melee attacks made against you have advantage. You must use your full movement to get up alone when the chair is prone, or use half movement if you are assisted by an ally. I'm just thinking, it's like an orc notices that as this person's like that they got maybe their knives and they can't really too well, so it's just like, hey, give me that stick and just fucking tip them over.
Yeah, exactly. See, the funny thing about this is, okay, all the problems all the big problems that will happen because you're using that wheelchair in a very bad situation are basically about to happen to you. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to beat it. You're just going to. I'm finding another game.
I got you.
Yeah, we're getting just. I'm looking for something to play with while we're doing something. Well, we should go back to our actual Breath of Fire tonight. I think I'll continue the Breath of Fire.
All right, so yeah, go ahead. Anything that you can talk with, because this is actually entertaining to me.
It is entertaining, and that's the thing. It's. But this thing with the wheelchair. Okay, we're good. Like my thing about it is it's so stupid if you think about it.
Oh yeah, the more I think about it, if Bob, for example, is in a wheelchair, I probably would have been dead a long time ago.
Yep, magic wheelchair, because you can't move, you can't. And then, like I said, the people didn't hear people. Oh, I gave it flight, or I gave it. Oh, like I said, okay. How are you going to deal with a ladder?
The Talos has an issue with that.
Yeah.
Smack, smack, smack.
Yeah. What's the the movement? You can't move it faster because moving it faster means that you get all the negatives of moving it faster. So, like I said, it's absolutely silly.
They don't have any rules so far for drifting, but I'm sure we're probably bound to run into something like that.
Now, the thing is, it has like magical, like you could teleport in and shit. I'm like,
how about I say, I know a burglar that would make much better use of that because they just need to get past the guards. They can get in the safe, no issue. Their stats are that high, they can bust that safe. They just can't handle the guards right now. So warp in, rob the safe, warp out. Easy day.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, apparently, the wheelchair, you can't use that while you're using the wheelchair. You're only able to magically tap it when you're not on the wheelchair. So right there, that like.
I pulled my mic. I didn't hear that. And I was like, fuck.
I said, if you think about it, the way it's described, apparently you can't teleport when you're using the wheelchair. Did you notice that?
Wait a second. Beacon Stones. Share. Wait. Each combat wheelchair comes with a pair of magical stones. You can think about a location within 30 feet of you in any direction that you would like the chair to move, as long as it's within the line of sight. Once you have chosen a location you would like to move to, the stones become activated and magically move the chair to the desired location via low level. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much flight.
Yes.
Okay, it's not a teleport, it's pretty much a flight path.
Yes, but it doesn't matter. Think about it. You can't be on the wheelchair when you do that, apparently.
Really?
Well, that's what it just said.
Once you have chosen the location you'd like to move to, the stones become activated and magically move the chair to the desired location via low level.
Yeah. The chair, not you.
Oh. It's going on the assumption that you are on the chair.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If it would say, you would move. Now, right there, the fact that you can, every day, use this with no negatives, move around the field like a fucking blink spell, Actually, it's better than a blink spell. Because a blink spell doesn't let you to travel like that. So, here's my problem with that. For them trying to negate, ladders, other things that would cause problems, like, it's the reason a centaur isn't good in a fucking... Yeah.
Oh, it says right here, the other is loose stone, and the chair's user keeps it on their person. Somebody pickpockets you.
Yes!
I'll be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie. Because of like the way they describe that backpack on the wheelchair, that would be a thief's wet dream to pickpocket because they're turned away. It's not on their person, so they ain't gonna feel it. That'd be like such a negative to detect a pickpocket unless they're really loud about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, hell, I had a goblin snatch a fucking chess piece from me.
Cool. Didn't take much because it just has a super high pickpocket. Even direct line of sight.
I'm just happy she only took the chess piece. I'll be real.
Yeah, she's leveling up too next round because like 60,000 experience for a straight fighter is fucking redonkulous. So I'm gonna have to give her boost now finally.
Oh, we're on to your favorite part.
What?
Magic. When you attune to magical items, the effect is also shared between you and the wheelchair when you are in the chair. So that means if you attune to a magical item and you happen to not be on your chair, it's only attuned to you.
Yep.
For example, Boots of Flying, in accordance with Dungeon Master's Guide, aren't designed with... aren't designed with disabled adventurers in mind. Yeah, no shit! Some disabled folks have mobility issues where they can't support their own weight standing unaided and will require combat wheelchair. Using this feature, when you attune to magical items, you are using the chair. Both you and the chair share the item's benefit. When you get out of the chair, only you retain the benefits of the item.
Yes.
I love how it's like the flying in accordance to the Dungeon Master's Guide aren't designed with the disabled adventurers in mind. Like, yes! Yes! Because adventurers are able-bodied people!
I love it because of that. It's just so stupid if you think about it. Because right there. Okay, so the Boots of Flying don't work, and if you're using the Boots of Flying, you'd like, your body.
You would have to. What's the term? Whenever not dedicate. Whenever I say, hey, I climbed through the window. What's that called? As a player.
Action. It's an action.
Declare action. Yeah. Declaration. You would have to pull the DM aside and declare or give him the list of your magical items that you have attuned with your chair every time. Because the moment you get off of that chair to, let's say, sleep in bed, you're going to have to do that again. Because it only applies to you, and then you have to reset it for the chair.
Yep. But here's the funny thing.
What a pain in the ass. It can all be fixed with a regeneration spell.
Yep. It's just laughable if you think about what it's capable. Like how these chairs operate. They're absolutely wildly silly. Because not only, like I said, now you're giving the chair magical abilities. You're giving the chair all the bonuses. And like again, now the question I ask is a very simple one. And I've said it once and I'll say it again. How the fuck does the chair fundamentally operate when the caster is dead and someone has that stone? Can you turn that into a fucking, the caster's dead, but he has all those magical items. Well, I'm just going to use the chair because the chair's in tune to the magic.
Yep, and on top of that, Chief, what's saying some sadistic motherfucker in a point of desperation doesn't just, wick a gunpowder barrel and say, chair, go there?
Yep, blow up your chair.
Because it's secured, it's strapped in by seatbelts.
Yep. Yeah,
you have created a wheelchair bomb that can fly.
That can fly up to 30. What was it? 30 feet or something like that.
30 feet. You just think of the location. As long as you know the location, have line of sight, wheelchair go. And it goes at 30 feet. And it can fly up to 30 feet.
Oh, how much are the combat wheelchairs? Because these things are stupidly cheap, if I remember correctly.
I haven't gotten there yet because I'm just going down the list of like the different moves and stuff. So let me scroll down. In some cases, they're only like 10 gold, and others it like up to the DM really.
10 gold for a highly magical item. Do you know what I would do with a bunch of combat fucking wheelchairs? I would have floating. I basically rip off 90% of it and use them as mines.
20 gold.
And then 20 gold in a game where, you know, on average, your character's carrying more gold than they can fucking carry.
I'll be honest with you, if these things existed in your world, Chief, that gunpowder barrel situation would be solved.
Oh, dude, these things would be so abused. It wouldn't even be funny. You'd put them in portable holes, fucking strap fucking explosives to them, just fucking send them away. Wee bang, because they float. They have no. They're worse than a Tensor's floating. They're actually a little bit better than a Tensor's floating disc.
Oh, here's the funny part. They didn't have any restrictions on if the chair gets damaged, you could just repair them during a long rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a long rest and you repair your wheelchair. Well, I just got my 5 wheelchairs back, and there are still more gunpowder barrels here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, there's a reason why.
No artificers, no mages included. You can just fix it on your own. You got it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they can be repaired.
No feats, no skills, no engineering knowledge, nothing.
You have
Okay.
to be proficient in wheelchair use. Apparently, that's the big thing.
Well, that's the kicker. It's automatic.
Yeah.
You dedicate, like if you not dedicate, that word again. Declare. If you declare that your character has a combat wheelchair, your character is just given that proficiency. As if a fighter would have a weapon proficiency. You just have it.
Yeah, dude, these things are stupid because technically because the wheelchair itself is not, like, the fact that you can use it as a mobile moving turret is stupid.
At this point, Chief, I would have been dual specialized in combat wheelchairs. I get my damage bonus because this thing can also ram.
Yep. Oh, explain the ram.
Okay. So we have 2 different attacks. We have Tire Strike. Why did they spell tire with a Y?
Yeah.
By pivoting on one wheel and turning into the momentum, you can strike a target creature within range with one of the rear wheels. Oh,
yes.
One of the big wheels. 5-foot range? That's quite the radius for just turning on a dime. What is this thing? The size of a fucking lawnmower?
I told
to
you
hit, it's strength / dex plus proficiency. Once again, because you're proficient, you will already have that bonus because your character started with it. And if I was dual specialized in this, then it's just an army of free attacks. That's action economy.
Yep.
At this point, just use the seatbelts and other straps and other articles to just strap fucking halberds and pikes and shit to this fucking thing.
Yep.
Turn this thing into a spinning dervish, put spikes on the fucking wheels. Oh my god. If Captain Bob had one of these, and because the way the stones work, you think about it, it does it. Just moving forward with pikes. That's an attack.
Also, I don't know what this. Did they give a speed for the movement when you're moving your wheelchair with your psychic stone of stupid?
It's 30 feet floating, but the average base movement on the ground is 25 to 30 feet.
Yeah.
Because it's based off the character's normal movement speed.
So basically,
in theory, if you activate RAM, and which let me give you the readout for.
Okay.
By moving 10 feet in a straight line towards a small or medium creature, You can bodily slam the chair into the target creature with an intent to throw them off balance. If this is made with Swift feature,
One of the techniques in the thing.
okay, the damage on a successful hit becomes a 1d8, and the target creature must make a DC 12 strength save or be knocked. What the fuck is a DC 12? They need to make a strength save, goddammit. Reach is 10 foot range. To hit, it's a strength dex plus proficiency. Well, if we're going based on the rules that I think we are, if Bob is dual specialized, then his strength also applies to it, because they never said I had to be in the wheelchair.
No,
It just said by moving forward. So I command this thing to move 30 feet in one direction. It's armed with pikes and a bunch of other spiky shit. And I'm dual specialized, plus my girdle of giant strength, so that's 22 strength.
Yep.
Plus 10 to damage.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't say I had to be in there. It just said the wheelchair had to move in one direction.
Yep.
Damage, 1d6 plus strength / dex bludgeoning. Well, that is going to have increased damage because the thing is armed with weapons. This is dumb. Oh my god. Chief, one of these days we ought to just for funsies ruin our lives by playing 5e and just fucking around with this shit. Just to see the stupidity we can pull off.
I already did. I'll explain how I played 5e with my friends' kids, and I'm not allowed to play with my friends' kids anymore with 5e D&D.
There's a third attack.
Yep. It also has an action economy that doesn't function like a normal action economy.
Oh yeah. The third attack is Crush. If target creature is prone on the ground... Sorry, I'm thinking of Roger Rabbit, the steamroller.
Yeah.
You can choose to roll the chair over them, dealing damage. 5-foot range. That's quite the range. To hit, strength, dex, plus proficiency with advantage, because they're prone. Yep. The fact that you have to mention with advantage tells me the thought process of a 5e player. Damage 1d8 plus strength, dex, bludgeoning.
Yep.
This will be dumb. So assuming that I ram the creature with it and already do the whoop-ass damage that I do, now it's prone, let's say, because hypothetically it failed its check, and I tell it to move more, and now it's getting crushed. And I also so happen to put a fucking anvil on the seat of that one. This is some cartoonish shit.
Yep.
It doesn't give me a weight allotment. So I assume that these wheelchairs can carry as much as me with giant strength, even though I'm not with them.
Actually, Bob, I talked to someone about this. Apparently it has 0 weight alignment, so you can put a lot of weight onto it.
So, what you're telling me, sir, is, let's say, hypothetically, a giant fuck-off cart managed to lose all its wheels and is heavily damaged. We can somehow hike these fucking things under it, and there you go. You got your new wheels for your giant, heavy cart.
Yes. Because they never thought of the rules.
See, Chief, you know me as a D&D player. Mm-hmm. I'm not the smartest person there. I'm far from the smartest person there. I don't think outside the box most times.
Yep.
The fact that this already has my gears turning.
So, how I did it, I put a 1,000-pound lodestone on my on the bottom of my character's wheelchair. By the way, I played a disabled character and spent the first 20. If you look at the rejuvenation spell, it's under 500 gold. The first thing my wizard character did was rejuvenate myself, so my legs were back to normal. And then I took my 500. I put a 1,000-pound wheelchair. I put my now 1,000-pound wheelchair. Yep, wheelchair. And basically had that floating above us, and had it invisible.
Lift or drop?
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what happened.
It's almost like what do they call that? It's like an ironic twist when you think about it.
Yep.
You're dropping a wheelchair on a guy that probably is going to break his legs and shatter his spine.
Yeah.
It's almost poetic. It's like you were destroyed by the thing that you'll end up in after it's done with you.
Yep. So that's how I cheated the system with the combat wheelchair, because it says 30 feet in any direction. Up.
Yep.
That line of
And it
sight.
didn't say a limitation. In fact, there wasn't like a once-a-day thing at all.
No.
As long as your character, you could think, is like, I want you above my position at all times. Because if you think about it, it's line of sight, well, I happen to be standing right here.
Yep. Why I think the combat wheelchair sucks, you just saw why.
Yep,
It is
and
a-
Seiko is
Oh,
superior to this strength dex plus proficiency bullshit.
It's absolutely stupid, because the whole point was to nullify things that, disabled people couldn't handle, like ladders or other devices. The problem is, by doing that, you are fundamentally giving people like me the ability to take your item and go, "Whee!" with it. I
This
literally
almost reminds me of...
I have my goblin henchman, Zed, I have my goblin henchman at all times floating above me with a crossbow with the weight thing, and he'd jump off and fucking land on people. And we'd just drop it on people, and he'd sit there with the crossbow, shooting a crossbow in the air while he's invisible. Because the item was invisible, he technically got thing. Like, I did stupid shit like that. This became such a stupid item, my friend banned him, inevitably. He actually said, okay, no, they're done. No more. He hated him that much. He actually banned it.
So, when you think about it, Chief, what is the one limitation that you gave me when you gave me a fun toy like this? Prime example, our police campaign, my gnome character, the Golem.
Yep.
I had a wand of command, but it only had a few charges, so I had to be smart about how I used it, because it's limited.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
In theory, if I had this much free-flowing with the combat wheelchair that I did with that Iron Golem, that Iron Golem would have been proficient in boxing.
Yep.
He would have done all the fighting for me.
Yep, exactly. And that's how you use something like that. You don't, if you're dumb enough to like put something that stupid in an item. Why
God, I would have turned our D&D session into fucking Real Steel.
Like, why the frickin' hell? Why in all intents and purposes would anybody not do what they need to do to use that item or to play that item? You would play that item every day of the week because it is a powerful item you can use and manipulate and do exactly what you want to do as a character. Why wouldn't you do that? I said, you'd be an idiot not to take advantage of a fucking combat wheelchair. If it's that stupid and you're not advancing yourself with your character and doing that stuff, you are the one that made the mistake, not the other way around. It's not the other people who made the mistake. It's you. You fucked up. Because that should be the main concern with your character on every fucking level.
How do you make yourself better? That is the constant grind. Yep. No matter what class you play, no matter what race your character happens to be, you are trying to be the best that you can be.
Exactly. And like I said,
be for good or evil. Best you can be.
Yep, and that's like I said, this is why, for me, the combat wheelchair was the one thing that just made me, I just went, really, boys? This is what you want to bring into the game? And like I said, I played with it, and I started realizing that you could abuse the system. Because, again, you don't have to be on the combat wheelchair to use that fucking stone. And that stone is retarded.
Dude, reading off this rap sheet, I already came up with 3 ideas.
Yeah. Not to mention that it also, another thing that it does is that it basically, because you sit in the wheelchair, you attune to it. Now, if does it actually say in the game that if are you off the wheelchair? The second you go off the wheelchair, does the bonus disappear? Or does
The moment
bonus
you go off of the wheelchair, your items are unattuned. Prime example, boots of flying that they used.
Okay, so if I
So
was
that's what I was saying, where it's like you would have to give the DM a list of the items you attune to your wheelchair when you.
Okay, so then here's my riddle me this. Okay, here's my thing. I'm gonna put for this for the table. Okay, so the combat wheelchair. If we take the combat wheelchair, and I was to say hypothetically, use the combat wheelchair to say, let's say hypothetically, I was to take the combat wheelchair and have 2 people on it. Like have a bunch of goblins, like I did one time. Does that mean
like a little goblin chariot?
Yeah. I had a goblin chariot. That's what I did fit. But this is what I did. But we're gonna get to what the end result was. Okay, well then they're in tune to every magical item we give the goblins.
Yep, if they attune it while they're on it, it counts for the chair. Between both goblins, the presence that's on the chair.
All 4 of them.
Ooh, that's a very powerful chair.
Yep. Basically made them indestructible.
Goblin chariot, go burr.
Yeah, the players didn't like the goblin chariot. I was getting in trouble with this mask is that shitty. None of these guys can wear it. Fuck off, really?
How about I say you made a smarter idea than I did. You goblin chariot. I would have just made like automaton cavalry at that point. And if
it was a goblin chariot.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying is like I just strap it up like it's a fucking Mad Max thing and say go.
Yeah.
Watch this thing take off.
Me and my goblins, because I was a goblin mage, me and my little goblin boys, because we bought a chair for a bigger person. Me and my little goblin buddies were fucking running around with this fucking thing like a hysterical thing. I'm sitting in my own wheelchair. I have my own little weird fucking wheelchair, so I was doing stupid shit with that. You know, I was having a lot of fun with the goblin with our little goblin wheelchair. It got so stupid that I had players just like they're like, you know. They were pissed off. I got like I said, the kids were getting annoyed.
I mean, hell, when you think about it, even if the thing does get damaged, one long rest, fully repaired, no restrictions, no negatives. Just
does it actually say it's fully repaired with no restrictions? Even how bad does the chair have to be damaged? Is the question I'm asking.
One moment.
Yeah, we may stop because I do not want to run play.
By the way,
I gotta ask you, Bob,
Uh-huh.
Do me a solid. We're gonna be playing a really annoying part in this game. I need you to watch the stream for a second, okay? I just want to see how bad it is for people. Because I may have to move because this is so annoying. I'm not 100% sure if people can handle this one. You see it it spins like a stupid top, so it's like I'm being really nervous about doing this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's the problem. It says it attunes to anybody who sits in it. Well, we have 3 goblins in it. I had my entire goblin troop with me. And I was riding on the back like a crazy person with my own little thing, and we were floating around and shit, and we were doing some stupid shit. So is that spinniness? Does that actually annoy?
A little bit. I don't really.
Okay. It's
a thing that the game's doing. It's fine on the stream.
Okay. I was really worried I was gonna because it worried about the flash on it. That's all I was worried about. All right, I won't worry about it then.
Oh. It can do spell storing.
Yes. Yes, you
Imbuing
can.
the chair to cast spells like Featherfall, Spider Climb, or Dimension Door.
Yes, like
Chair can be modified with various upgrades using Artificer or Artisan's help, such as All-Terrain Tread, Spider Legs, or Spell Storing.
yep. How stupid.
Attunement. Effect. Efficiency. Prone. Damage and repairs. If its hit points drops to 0, it is considered damaged. Its speed is halved and has disadvantage on dex saving throws until repaired. Takes 4 hours or part of a long rest. So even if its HP drops to 0, it's technically immortal. Because it's considered damaged. Its speed is halved and it has disadvantage on dex, but it's still there.
Yes.
It doesn't say it was completely destroyed. Like, you can't powder this fucking thing.
Exactly. Because they don't want to put a person in a situation where they don't have their wheelchair.
I was like, wait a second, Chief. Your chair's flying, so what dex save does it even need to make?
Yep. And my little goblin buddies made it indestructible because they all had different magical items. All designed for boosting themselves. I made a Dowla.
It's
Without knowing
Goblin
it.
Chariot. Goblin Chariot.
Yeah, I made a Dalek without knowing it. That's the funny thing. Yeah, it was literally a Dalek without doing it. It's like it's pissed my friend off. Oh, my friend hated me so much for that fucking thing.
Now, here's the funny part about this. When it comes to attributes, it doesn't take into consideration if there's more than one person on it. Wheelchair strength, dexterity, and constitution scores are equal to those of the creature riding/using it. Wait, does that stack?
Yes. That's what we found out.
For goblins have an average dex of what, 15 in 5e?
Yep.
15, 15, 15, 15. 60 dex?
Bow, bow, now. Bow, bow, now.
Oh no! Oh no, I have a disadvantage on my 60 fucking dex! Oh no! Oh no,
Also,
not my 60 dex! Oh, disadvantage on 60. Oh no! Oh no, the horror!
Also my armor class? Armor class also.
It also takes the constitution scores as well, so cumulatively the goblin constitution scores.
Yes!
And the wheelchair itself normally has an AC of 16.
Because they're stupid. They're stupid. They can't think that the fucking players will abuse the fuck out of the little trinkets.
That's also a very strong wheelchair, because what is it? Goblin have a strength of 10 in 5e? 9 or 10?
Yep.
So 40 strength on a wheelchair, and then you add the strength and or dex modifiers for any of the charging, wheel crushing attacks.
Yep, there it is, the battle music, baby. And again, we put a giant fucking shield on it so all the goblins can sit there and fire off their fucking crossbows.
You gave them a palisade.
Yep. Yeah, we gave him a giant shield. Fuck off, magical.
What's that thing called? A pavese. The things that the Genoese crossbowmen would use.
Yeah. What's great about it? They had their little firing position, and then we had me. I would be invisible most of the time. I'd be off the front lines, like, okay, guys, ready? They jump on.
Wait a second.
charging in.
And you
Giant
still had
spikes.
invisibility on the chair, and since that applies to
Yes!
the goblins, and with
Yes!
increased height, you have advantage on
Yep.
increased height position with ranged
Yep.
weapons.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You made a unseeable, damn near invincible sniping tower that
Yeah.
if you get close enough, can crush you with the force of a giant's foot.
Yep. Do not allow a combat wheelchair, because the second you allow such a silly tool in your game, you are asking your players to break it.
The second you run into a person who is higher on the bell curve, aka second ed and so on players,
Oh yeah.
those that
oh,
are
yeah.
ahead of the bell curve,
Yeah.
we will make it into a tool. We will turn it into a weapon. My Conqueror's blood burns for something like this. Fucking Cortez screams, mass produce,
Yep.
make weapons, mass produce even more. We'll have our gunpowder barrel squadron roll in, soften up the troops, and then we're sending in the pikeneers and halberdier wheelchairs.
Yep. Oh yeah. I had this thing floating in the air, firing. Oh, by the way, they all had repeating crossbows, so there's also that.
Oh, it's fucking machine gun positions too. God,
Yeah.
you would turn anything into fucking D-Day at this point. Oh, holy shit! And if it's cumulative, well, the cumulative only adds to the wheelchair. The goblins themselves. I was thinking
So-
it's like, what if they all had like stacking decks with the repeating crossbows? But no, it would only stack for the wheelchair.
Yeah, which you give one goblin a boots of flying, you give the other goblins a boots of spider climb, you give the other goblin a bunch of fucking magical rings and items that allow them to defend and deflect against arrows and other magical effects, and bam, combat wheelchair of awesome.
But this thing,
And-
it's looking less like a wheelchair and more like a tower parapet.
And what I've always said to players, do yourself a solid. If your DM is a dumbass, take advantage of it. He's a stupid, you do the stupid. If he's smart, you give him a break, because a good, like my DM, the DM that we were running at the time was my friend's kid. And when we realized it could stack, when I realized the stacking was a thing, I had a goblin troop with me. And me and my goblin boys played with that wheelchair in every way. And then I realized, oh my god, this thing can be used in a way to abuse the system in such a stupid, retarded.
Chief?
Yeah.
I'll be real with you, what you should have played was an Orrog, that way you get the benefit of being large, so your wheelchair could have held more goblins.
Well, no, that's the problem. I couldn't, I had the biggest wheelchair you could get your hands on, which was a human size. That's what he allowed.
Okay, I was gonna say, it's like, if only you were a large creature.
Yep.
Just imagine. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
if a storm giant decided to get one of those, the thing would be a flying castle of goblins.
Yep, we were a goblin troop of evil, man. We were just fucking constantly firing, because each goblin troop was a big. And like I said, all it took was one of us had to be deployed on the ground to do the maneuvers, and that's it.
I mean, dude, at that point, you have your very own CAS, close air support.
Yep.
You're just a radio man at that point, because as long as it's line of sight, each round the chair must move like 30 feet, but if you could see, let's say you got an item of seeing, like a helmet of eagle eye.
Yep.
You can push those little fuckers all the way across fucking farm fields. Because as
Yep.
long as it's line of sight and it's 30 feet at a time.
At a time, yes. Yes, I know. That's the problem. They didn't declare the line of sight properly. And this is where the problem came in. And this is why, after fucking around with the combat wheelchair the way I did, the guy who was running the campaign was like, yeah, dude, you kind of like, killing the game for the kids. I went, oh, okay, yeah, I'll stop. Mind you, the kid was like 17, so I don't think I should be in any trouble for letting him, being a little bit of a naughty boy. But I did.
I don't know why. I just picture you in the room, like a scene from the Boondocks. That just kid you trying to be something. You just fucking smack the shit out of the kid.
Oh, he's a good kid. He was awesome.
I'm sure he's a good kid, but that was a big fucking aura I walked. Kid you trying to be something. Boom. My baby.
No. I was not horrible to the kid, but it was funny because the kid was like, he sends this army against us, and there I am with my flying goblin turret of evil, and I'm just sitting in the far back. The way he defeated me is he started having troops chasing me from behind, so we started having guys behind us, and then other players would play their characters, and they wanted to play be goblins too. So I had a small army of gobbies. All the players, we had everyone on a wheelchair. It was one of the stupidest things. I couldn't stop laughing because at one point we were all just like riding wheelchairs. We had 4 wheelchairs going all at once, and one guy would ride from behind using the wheelchair floating around, and the other guy would ride the other wheelchair. So it was like,
instead of Howl's moving castle, it was Chief's moving parapet.
Yeah, and it got really, really stupid. And it was nothing against the poor guy. I felt so bad for doing that to him, but I had to.
Hey man, you got to get your lick somehow. You got to learn.
You got to get your lick somehow. That's exactly right. I was like, I can't let this kid not. He has to feel his. He has to feel that pain. When you're a DM, you have to every once in a while, like, just kind of like, show kids, oh yeah, this is gonna suck.
Hey, this is like, you pull the kid aside like there's some fucking drug dealer in the 80s. Hey kid, you ever heard of Second Ed?
Yep. Yeah. And the kid, like I said, I wasn't horrible to the kid, but I did, like I said, we had a small army of freaking. By the end of the session, I did have a small party of people using floating wheelchairs. I broke the system. Yep. It turned into floating wheelchair mech simulator, because basically you have one guy piloting the mech on the back of the wheelchair with his magical gem flying the other wheelchair. That was what we were doing. And we were legitimately, this was the problem. We were actually legitimately, it became more problematic because the characters were like, oh, we couldn't figure out how to solve the scenarios. Like it just like the DM just couldn't figure out how to deal with it, because at that point, these are indestructible wheelchairs that don't suffer any real damage and can't really be destroyed. How do you fucking handle that?
And how do you cripple a dex of 60?
Yep. So yeah, we turned their combat.
And if any of those goblins had an item of free movement, you ain't gumming up that system at all.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the problem. It became really annoying for the players in a lot of ways. And I remember a lot of players were just like, and it's like, I'm not trying to be an ass, but
fuck,
like,
I would have joined in. I would have been one of the gobos. It's rare that I ever play a goblin. I'm normally kind of person if I'm not playing a human.
Well, we were having a blast because it was just the fun of having this, like, we had fuck you power going on at that point. And it was like, the joke was like, we were just becoming more and more dangerous as the game was progressing. And players were, in a way, players were just like, they're getting so mad in a way. It was like, I thought it was funny.
The only thing that would make it better is what's that crossbow that acts like a shotgun?
Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
It
Yeah.
was like the troll something or whatever the hell, or at least the troll used it.
Yeah.
You get that little Hwacha thing, and maybe make each of those an explosive bolt. Oh, that'd be neat. And is that little cherry on top? What is it? Increased size of projectile.
Yep. Oh yeah, we were doing so much damage to these things. It was just kind of like, it was laughable funny. It was like, oh, we're just having a good time. And again, the guy was like, oh, like, you know, he didn't know what to do because here we are just getting more and more powerful, and it was just like he couldn't stop us. And I'm not trying to be an ass, but when you get that level, man, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna go full teeth. Sorry, guys. Sorry there, DM. We're just gonna do it. And he was like, okay. But it was funny.
That sounds like the average 5e DM reaction. You're powerless.
Yep. So I felt like I was picking on the kid a little bit, but it's like, no. When I read what this thing's capable of, because again, by numbing the rules, and if the DM wants to follow, like first rule I told him when it came to Dungeons and Dragons, I said, you know, this is gonna sound weird, but you're gonna hear a lot of people say this, and you need to understand this as a DM. You are going to have players abuse the system in a way that you're going to be completely and utterly fucking shocked by. Do not let them, like, they're going to get away with it. If you let them manipulate it, they will not only manipulate it, they will run with it. So do be warned. I'm warning you now. This is going to happen to you. So be very careful and understand that this is the end result if you're not careful. It's like, oh, okay. And we started playing the game, and I went, once I started reading what the combat, what this thing was ready for, I'm like, this is a stupid item. Cause, like, if you could destroy it or break it and permanently take it out of play, it's not indestructible. But apparently, you need one full rest and you can instantly fix it, and you don't lose any negatives when the thing gets wrecked or damaged.
Yeah, the only thing that it specified was like a dex negative, like a disadvantage on a dex check. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem when you have something that has this disadvantage on dex check, and that's it. And like I said, they did stuff to protect the combat wheelchair. Like their whole plan was, oh, we'll create the combat wheelchair with a benefit where the combat wheelchair is not breakable and the person can always get it back as long as he sees line of sight. So by doing that, like I said, we became the Flight of the Goblins. We had a giant, like, we had our combat wheelchair up and running and ready to go, and we were fucking going for broke. And you couldn't stop us because, well, one goblin was controlling one wheelchair, one goblin was controlling the other wheelchair, and we were flying on. We had goblins on the back, you know. It's like that. It's like, fucking couldn't stop us. So players were like, what the fuck do we do? And I said, well, you know, it's how it was. And here we are, raining death, dropping fucking giant boulders on people, and just, oh shit, it got so stupid in the end. The guy was like, yeah, I'm gonna call it. It's like, okay. I feel bad, but I don't feel bad because, you know, I gave, you know, but yeah, I'm not allowed to play in this game anymore. See, it was the one person I didn't want to piss off the most is the actual guy, is my buddy. But yeah, no, I went to task. Combat wheelchairs are dumb. That's all. Very. And their benefits are even stupider in some ways. So that's why to me I have a hate boner to the item, because I've even explained it. if they like, and here's the other thing: I've heard other players say you can use the combat wheelchair and the stone at the same time. Like you can use it to fly around with no problems. This thing has no negatives in any terrain. The only thing it can't do is go on water. Oh wait, it can float up to 30 feet, as long as you get line of sight.
Yep. So when you think about it, the tire upgrade is completely superfluous.
It is. It is absolutely stupid. Even the floaters make it stupid, because then you've got a floating thing that can't sink. Read the floaters. That shit's absurd.
Floaters? What, the Fallout floaters?
They have yes, they have floaters. They have things on the wheelchair. There's accessories to the wheelchair that make it so you can't sink in water or quicksand.
You're talking about the inflatable tires, quote unquote.
Yeah, they don't sink in water and shit. It's like, so in other words, now you got an item that you can never stop rolling, never like the item's so stupid because at that point every military would use that item as a fucking benefit.
Hell, I'm surprised they don't extrapolate upon the technology. If you can make a wheelchair this fucking indestructible with this many perks, why don't we just get an entire cart, an entire horse cart, fortify it, make it of the same technology, the same material, give it the same exact shit, and now you have a squad of gunmen or crossbowmen ready to go at a moment's notice.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
And I say that's one thing I do like about D&D universe is one technology, unless it's an absolutely ancient artifact or made by a very specific group, it usually has a reason of existing, and there are byproducts from that item. The main reason gunpowder hasn't gotten to X advancement past flintlocks and wheel locks is because magic's a bit more convenient for most.
It is very convenient. That's the problem. Like, gunpowder is still a interesting item, but it's not an item that can be fundamentally hit the way it's being hit. So it's like, it causes that issue.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, it's a hard pill to swallow, but I understand it.
Yep.
Though there will always be advancements further on. I mean, for fuck's sake, you look at was it Spelljammer?
Yep.
They got fucking spaceships. For fuck's sake. Shit.
Yep.
You can go to space.
Yep. Well, yeah, but it's just like, everything else has a balance. Excuse me. This doesn't. The combat wheelchair does not have a balance. That's my problem with the combat wheelchair. It has no balance. Because you can break it. You can absolutely break this fucking thing in wide open. And the second you can break something open, you are asking for players to basically say, "Hi, I'm going to break this. Tee-hee." And they will tee-hee. Do not underestimate the players' desire to tee-hee. We love tee-hees. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's why I have a character that can fire 15 fucking arrows or 15 bolts at all +5. It's like, I'm tee-heeing. I know I'm tee-heeing. I know I'm well aware of the tee-hee. But I'm still doing it. Tee-hee. I know, like I said, there's a reason why, like, the barrier, when Bob tried to break open the barrier using his own abilities, I'm like, yeah, Bob, that's great. Unfortunately, that's not how the barrel that works.
Yeah. But Bob was 3 layers too deep and was actually thinking when he shouldn't have been.
No, once you broke the barrier on that thing, if you hadn't attacked him and once you broke that barrier, that's when the fun could have started. Like you guys, like that's when you can start doing damage. That's kind of what I've been trying to explain to the party. That seems like the barriers you can't seem to get by, but the second you get the barriers broken, it's like, oh, okay, shit starts going bloop. second you do that. So I've been trying to explain to you guys when it comes to this, because it's a good setting so far for this. Yeah, once this boss is beaten, we'll probably call it for the night. But yeah, it's interesting how that works. Okay, yeah. Fucking he uses burnout. Ow. Alright, so I'm gonna... Okay, everyone is going to defend, attack, and she's gonna heal. This fight is so annoying. So you gotta kind of time your attacks in a game that doesn't like giving you timing. There we go. He got mad. I'm gonna revert him as much as I like keeping him in the dragon form. He needs to revert. But no, that's my big problem with the combat wheelchair, and I can't think of anything else like good about the item other than the fact that it's like, I get the idea of adventurers using wheelchairs or one arms or something like that. I get that. Okay, I understand what the player's trying to do, but like with these intentions they have with it, it's useless in a game, and that to me is the worst thing you can have for an item, because it's either too broken or not, or it's like it's not balanced at all, and it by wanting to protect the players that show up needing a combat wheelchair, if you get what I'm saying, you're fundamentally kind of negating the fact that other people will cheat that fucking thing really, really good. So, other than that, Bob, can you think of anything else? Anything else you want to bring up about the 5e combat wheelchair? I think this might be our last combat wheelchair conversation, because I think I'm kind of done at this point. Are you there, Bob?
I'm about to say, I think we've talked about most tactics. I mean, you have the practical tactics that you've already deployed. I've had mine as like offhand, like what I would do, realizing what I could theoretically do.
Yeah.
And honestly, I hope this goes into the Shadow Realm with the 2004 Punisher where it belongs.
Well, it's looking like it is, but we'll see. I don't know, they're doubling down on that whole bullshit with the D&D online stuff, which is going to piss a lot of players off.
That's if they have players.
There's a lot of people talking that way too, Bob. I'm not going to lie. You're not the only one who's heard. I don't know if I'm going to be continuing playing Dungeons & Dragons after this, once they go online permanently. I know players that are done. We'll see if they are, but I know players that are done. Which is sad, because I think that was Dungeons and Dragons has, been a part of people's lives for over, 40 years at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
We're losing something that our childhoods and other people's childhoods have fundamentally had for their entire existence, and you're basically saying it's gone. And I'm not a fan of that, personally. I think that's kind of bullshit, So that's kind of where I am with this, and I'm hoping that one day this shit is kind of that a lot of this stuff doesn't exist once that comes out, because I hate to say it, it looks like Paizo's going stupid too. Like let's not get into the weirdness that is Paizo and what's going on there, but Paizo's being real fucking dumb right now too.
I don't even know what Paizo is.
Paizo's what's Pathfinder? Yep. Paizo is the setting that's been, Pathfinder's been doing some weird stuff from what I've been told. I don't know what's going on with that. I hear they're taking out some stuff there. Oh, okay, well. Nice knowing you, Paizo. I hope they stop, but, you know, we all know what this is like. I do hate this boss. This boss is so fucking annoying. Because he's a boss where, unfortunately, the whole situation with him is, oh, you can only attack him with your strongest magic if he's legitimately, like, not pixelated. So you gotta force him into not be... Oh, there we go. He's finally dead. I hate that fucking boss. Holy shit, that boss sucks. There. It's kind of funny. He sucks you into his own mind to defeat you. And he's like, okay, you know what? I got one more trick. I'm going to suck you into your mind. Okay, you did that. Now you just, you know, now you're trapped in here with me. Well, I know what I'm going to do next. Well, it's like I had to fight him for the second time. It's like, fuck off. Stop, like, being annoying. And we got the nature key. The key that stops the bullshit with the everything should go back to normal now. Now we're gonna flee. We're gonna warp. No, exit. That's what it is, exit. There we go. But no, I don't know the game plan with what's going on with Dungeons and Dragons at this point. Like, I know the biggest thing I heard recently was that bullshit that is dropping off the fun that is the D&D Online. But other than that, we had one more thing to talk about tonight, Bob. What did you think of the big match on the front lawn of the White House?
It was a what?
There was a UFC fight. One of the big UFCs fight, and I think was there a title belt? I'm pretty certain there was a title belt on the White House lawn.
I don't know, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh, well, I'm kind of surprised. It was like to support the troops and everything. It was like a big military thing, too. It was like a lot of soldiers there.
Hey, you know me, I don't pay attention to a whole lot of things.
Oh, okay,
I kind of stay in my own bubble.
Yeah, it was a very fascinating thing that happened because I was like, I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, that's interesting. One hell of a way to get the attention of the. Apparently, people are losing their minds. Fight. Is it so bad? It's evil. I'm like, buddy, that is probably one of the most epic things that I've seen seen America do in a while. Okay. So that's kind of my feeling towards it. It's like, oh, you mean the most epic thing I think America's ever done. I don't know if you agree there, but that's my logic to the matter. I don't think I've seen America do something that epic in a while. So yeah, I'm all in for that.
All right.
And other than that, everything else has been good, man. I think we had one hell of a. I had to go up and catch a waterfall with this character, but pretty much we're done this part of the Breath of Fire. Alrighty, thank you very much, everybody. I'm gonna save this up so we're all good and ready to go for next week. We are going to catch you. Let's see if the cat pole shows up. The cat show up? Yeah, there it is. Cat kick, bunny kicking. That's a cat bunny kicking her favorite little bag, her attack bag. The bag she stole from me, little bastard. All right. So I'd like to thank everybody. Like, subscribe, please join the channel. We got ourselves 464. We want 500, boys. We want to get up to that 500. Like, subscribe. We are a retro community. There's many people in the retro community. Look them up, have a look, and we'll set you up. Now we're going to see if there's anybody on right now worth talking about, and we'll see if we will come and say hi for the raid. But it might be a raid. Let's see here. Let's see who's on here right now. Okay, Elder Cinema. We're gonna go to Uso Labs got a lot of people. You know what? We're gonna give Elder Cinema a pop and say hi, Elder. Say hi to him if you can. We want that. We want to make people feel like they're here for us, and we're all here to have fun. So. Oh shit, phone.
Hi, Chief. Tell the
Yo.
good people what we're doing tomorrow, or the next time we show up.
Oh, that will be. Well, I actually still have to talk to a certain somebody about that, so we'll see how that goes.
Understood.
Yep. Because we're going to be reading the book The Defender, and we're going to probably talk about that interesting book. And then we'll be talking about a couple other things, so that should be fun.
Ooh.
Yep. And we'll see what we do. And then we're going to probably play some more video games. We'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow you'll see us in Songs of Conquest, or at least see Bob at Songs of Conquest. I don't know if I'll be up for that. I might be doing something else at the time. All right, guys, have yourselves a very good night, and we'll see you next time on Orc War Chief Reviews.